was going to NFC Championship games. He even went to a Super Bowl.
He went to like 5 or 6.
They got a hell of a team. They call plays that big stuff.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Dead End Sports. Glad to have you guys on board as we get set up for the show tonight. Got to recap the NBA Finals, which just ended in 5 games by the Boston Celtics.
Recap of the worst finals ever, Ken.
You think so?
All right. What up, Rob? I know you'll be here temporarily because the Acolyte dropped, if you're still watching it. Man, FIFA will be here. He'll be here. Probably about 9:30.
He on CPT, Cuban people time.
So, yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. We got a jam-packed show, so I don't want to hold you guys any longer. And we can go ahead and get through this and talk about what's next. Now that the playoffs are over, we got the NBA draft coming up next Wednesday, which is an odd day. Was it always on Wednesdays? It says the 26th, unless I got the date wrong.
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, I guess it was, huh? Middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that.
I thought it would normally be like on a Thursday. I thought that was. Let me verify that date.
This draft gonna be just like the finals.
Nobody paying attention to it.
NBA draft
Like, who these dudes?
date 2024. Yeah, it's on a Wednesday at 8 p.m. Then the second round airs Thursday at 4 p.m. All right, well, okay. That's we'll be recording that in hip hop. Anyway, let's get into it. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead End Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me on the show, we have Shelton and Spike.
What's
What
happening?
up, though?
Yeah, man. Obviously, the big thing going on, unless you guys want to count women's basketball, were the NBA Finals.
We want to count it.
And baseball.
We want to count it. You don't.
And baseball. I'm going to throw baseball in there, too. It was a little golf. I think Tiger didn't fare so well. But, yeah, the finals, man. We did a reaction last night. Shout out to 12 Kyle. Shout out to Nick. They were on last night as we talked about Game 5, of course, and everything that was kind of transpiring and just overall, in the moment summation of events. And I think 12 Kyle was pretty much on 3 or 4 of them. So shout out to the OG, man.
Yeah. Good to have Cal.
Yeah, it's always good to have a reasonable voice.
If that's what you want to call Cal.
A reasonable,
man,
a reasonable voice.
Cal,
keep you
in check.
Hey man, I for real, because I'll jump left and Nick will jump right.
Cal right in the middle.
But yeah, man, the Boston Celtics, they defeated the Dallas Mavericks last night in rather convincing fashion, 106-88, to win the NBA championship and bring the 18th title to the city of Boston.
Wow.
Have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown finally silenced all of their haters with this title run?
I guess, what's funny is they should, but I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this about Karl Anthony Tatum. This dude, man, he has been catching so much heat today, and that's why I say I don't think they have. Everything I see about him has been something negative, from the way he looking at Jaylen Brown winning the MVP to his responses, all the quotes he's thrown out there, and it's been more making fun of him than it has been celebrating them as champions. And all you've been hearing is, like you said earlier, it's been the worst finals. Everybody talks about how easy their road was this whole way through. And I just don't. For me, they deserve it. You know, they deserve the praise. They won a championship, and they won these games convincingly. Like B posted earlier, they won more games in the playoffs than Detroit won all season. That's something to be commended. And they just that's crazy.
Because Detroit ain't shit. No.
Detroit is terrible. Yeah. But they're head and shoulders better than everybody else in the league. And it's obvious with the way they went on this run. You got to give them their props. And they silenced a lot of critics, including, you know, ones on this show. You know, a couple years ago, we were saying somebody has to be traded. You know, and we've been clamoring for that. A lot of people have been. You know, you got to split this duo up. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. And it worked. So you got to give them their props, man. And I think Boston, well, I can't say they're here to stay, but I think that they're going to make some noise. Oh, real quick, shout out to my son. His 18th birthday was yesterday. If you watch his son, happy birthday.
Shout out to your son and his 18th birthday. You think this could be a dynasty?
I don't think so. I don't think we will see a dynasty. With the parity in the league the way it is, I don't think we'll see a dynasty for a while. Another thing to take note of this year that was kind of disturbing to me was the amount of injuries we saw going into it. You know, we didn't see Milwaukee be Milwaukee at all this whole playoffs. We didn't see
the road to the the road to the finals that the Celtics had to take.
Yeah, if you look at the amount of stars that went out, this was like the most stars I've ever seen in my life be down.
Well, that ain't their fault though, right?
No, it's not their fault. But what I'm saying is, if these guys weren't injured, maybe we would have had a different playoffs. Maybe we would have had a different outcome. And next year, and the reason why I bring that up is next year it could be Boston that's hit with the injury bug. So they may not be able to get back to where they were.
Well, they got hit with the injury bug in Game 7 against Miami. Tatum got hurt, and he wasn't able to really compete in that game, and they got blown out.
That's happened to them. They lost. And they lost their chance to go to the finals. My question would be to you, Sheldon, in saying that you look at Brown and you look at Tatum and you look at the cats they have around them, you look at the coaching, and they won a championship this year. Do you feel like it's something they could duplicate? Like, is this something that they've planted their seed in? It's like, okay, we the dominant team in the East. Did you see that walking away from this?
I saw, like I said, I saw where that can happen, and the confidence level should be through the roof for this team.
I don't agree with that.
What I was going to say, well, the confidence should be, but the debate, because
he said it. We did it.
Yeah, they did it.
We did it. They got this. He stole that shit from KG.
No, he really, man, he missed a good opportunity to just go ahead and steal KG.
He should have. If you're going to do that, you might as well
He should have just said,
shit,
anything is possible. I would have said that.
He stole the other one, too. We'll never know what, people say we wouldn't win it.
Who said that one?
It was a dude last year, a hockey dude. I don't even remember what his name was.
Oh.
But I saw it.
So he stole that from him, too?
Yeah, he stole that, too.
Well, I can't believe he dropped the mic on that. But anyway.
Yeah.
But everybody has their catchphrase. I guess that'll be his. It'll be immortalized.
But to answer your question, I do think that they have an opportunity to do that. But once again, we didn't see Giannis at full strength. I think Giannis is going to come back stronger. And I think he's going to come back with a point to prove. And I'm not saying Giannis is the man. And I still don't think that I don't think that Denver is done. Denver's going to be back. I think so.
I'm not so.
Throw Giannis out because we see that they needed Drew Holiday. And they just got Dame. So, that was a big factor in them falling off and Boston ascending. So I think, Giannis is a force himself, and Doc Rivers still coaching.
Oh,
so I mean,
take that away.
He ain't coming back next year.
I
promise
it's a
you,
possibility.
he won't be there next year, Ken.
But they're bringing everybody back on this team. I think they got at least a year or two before they hit with expensive cap penalties and stuff like that. So they can easily run it back, and they won 64 games this year with this team playing their way. So it's a possibility.
I don't see it, Ken. Even though they did win 64 games, they were able to be the most healthy throughout the playoffs. Had you run into a healthy Giannis...
That's actually not true.
What makes you say that?
Because KP was out.
Yeah, he was out.
Come on, bro.
Bro, KP damn near made the team unbeatable.
But the best two players were there every round.
Who, Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown?
No, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. But
Hey,
Tatum.
I ain't here to argue. Hey, if you want to take Jason Tatum out of that, I'm not a Jason Tatum fan. I'll agree with you on that.
Drew Holiday.
So don't you ain't got
Drew Holiday is not even close to being the number 2 on that team. You see all them layups he missed?
I don't know.
What?
Defense and everything else.
Drew Holiday was terrible outside of game 2.
I don't know.
And he had a decent stat game.
I don't know defense and everything else that he do. Holiday is very.
They were talking about Holiday was sneaky MVP.
Holiday would
JB
that happened
No, they
when
said he was sneaky.
you talking about that was
He was scared
after when the second game, right?
But JB
No, I'm
was the
saying
MVP.
that last night.
What I would say to it as far as a dynasty for the Celtics, I'm not sure because people are going to be more healthy next year. And I have to think that Paul George, if he's looking at it from an experienced basketball standpoint, I can go to the Knicks, I can go to the Sixers, I can go to the Heat, and I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better than whatever Boston put out here this year.
No. Paul George.
Absolutely.
Playoff P is not a difference maker.
If I go to the Knicks and I got Jalen Brunson and whoever they got and Paul George is day 3, I'm better than the Celtics. No. If I go to the Heat and I got
Jimmy
Butler,
Bam,
and the white dude,
yeah,
I'm better than the Celtics.
No, you're not.
No,
I am.
You still
I
not,
believe that though.
Still
Y'all
not.
are saying
You can
that
believe
now.
what you want.
yeah, still not better. Yeah,
I believe
playoff
that.
P.
Listen, man, if
You
I'm
got that
Paul,
name
if,
for a
if I'm
reason.
Paul George and I'm a free agent, that's when I'm looking in the Eastern Conference and any team that can beat Boston. That's the Sixers. That's the Heat. And
Paul George was on
that's
a
it.
team that people considered
That's
that
in
good.
the Western Conference, though. That's in the Western Conference.
And he lost
And I
to
say
Luka.
all that to say,
And Luka lost to the Celtics.
I say all that to say, I do think the Celtics did a great job this year in achieving what they needed to do and winning the championship. But I do not look at them. I don't care if you call me a hater or whatnot. They are not a team that can repeat. They're not a team that I look at and I'm like, oh man, going into next year, I got to be scared of Tatum and Brown and what they like, bro. Like, y'all just y'all had the best team in the league, and it just so happened that y'all lucked up and y'all met a lot of teams that were injured.
Yeah,
and that was it,
Bro. They beat
I ain't giving them no credit, Ken.
Spike.
Ken, I am not
Spike.
giving them no credit.
These teams you're talking about that were injured, they did beat them in the regular season. They beat most of the teams in the regular season.
when they were injured,
If anything, they struggle more, I think, if I heard correctly, against the West than the East.
Yeah.
They absolutely dominated the East. The East didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, they
Healthy
did.
or not, bro. They made, if anything,
That's
they
why
made,
I added Paul George in there, Ken.
bro,
Who
Paul
did they
George,
play in
bro,
the
if you don't
first
get
round?
Paul George out of here,
Telling
Paul
y'all,
George is
man.
not no different
If
than
Paul
that.
George comes into a situation where he's the known 3, I ain't trying to be the leader of this team. I ain't trying to be the person that's
If you
going
had
to
said
score the
that 3
most
years
points,
ago, I might agree
but
with
I'm going to be behind.
but he's not on the team, Spike. It's not going to happen, bro. Embiid,
I don't know that they- he a
Embiid
free
can't
agent,
stay
kid.
healthy.
I don't know that that's on
The Knicks are the Knicks because y'all hyped up Jalen Brunson. And he's good, but
He got hurt.
he ain't-
He got hurt, Ken. They would have beat them, and they would have beat the Celtics
They couldn't
No.
beat the
I can say
Pacers.
that.
No, they couldn't even beat the Pacers.
because he got hurt. Because Jalen Brunson got hurt.
Jalen Brunson played all 7 games.
He got hurt though.
He got hurt when the game was
got
over in the 7th game, in the fourth quarter of the 7th
he
game.
got hurt,
He
kid.
wasn't even a factor in that
He got
game.
hurt, man.
The Pacers, with or without Halliburton, played extremely well offensively. I tried to bring that up, but y'all didn't want to listen to me.
Pacers could have beat.
So the Celtics are the favorite for y'all going into the East for
The
next year.
Pacers could have beat the Celtics if you had said the Pacers, because remember Pacers had a
That go to my
over
point,
90%.
though. That go to my point.
I'm saying if you had said
Without
them, I'd have been like,
Halliburton,
okay.
without
Yeah.
Halliburton,
Bro, they
could've
lost
beat them.
2 games with Halliburton.
They had a
But
90%
in the
chance
rest of the
winning
games,
3
they
of those
almost
games
lost.
and lost
How many games Halliburton missed? 2?
2 or 3.
I think
No.
it's
It was
two.
just 2.
I tell you what. If
So
I'm going into the
they
East,
beat him with
if
Halliburton.
I'm going into the East next year, Ken, and I'm a GM, I'm not scared of Boston.
You better be.
I don't think that they got the dude that can be like, this is Kobe, this is Mike, this is Kawhi Leonard in his prime, this is whoever you want it to be. This dude can't beat me. So I can put a team that's good enough together to beat these
They
Jalen
just-
Brown
Spike.
and Jason Tatum. That's not impressive to me.
They just beat everybody.
Yeah, they beat everybody
did.
hurt. They beat everybody hurt.
Like this is
They beat everybody hurt.
who was hurt?
Every team that they played was hurt.
Okay,
Every
that's
team.
you know what, and I'm not gonna knock that. Because, I mean, I call Kawhi the lucky leprechaun champ.
Same thing.
But the fact of the matter is, they were still dominant this whole season.
Yeah.
And they were the favorites to win it as soon as the playoffs started, and they did just that. So I do think they silenced the critics. Honestly, I think because, prior to you getting here, I mean, we spent ample enough time, loads of time talking about breaking up the Shelton just went over it. All that shit is over, bro. We can't say that shit anymore. They did the one thing that we questioned whether or not they can do, win with this duo. And they went out, and I got to give Brad Stevens some credit. I think as a coach, he was okay. But as a GM, he made the right moves. Yeah. He went and got KP, and he went out, and Drew Holiday just fell in his lap because he got traded from the Bucks to Portland, and then Portland, and then they went and got him from Portland. And that's why I can't wait till FIFO get here, because I'm really disappointed in FIFO. He's supposed to be the basketball guy. He whiffed on this whole thing. They silenced their critics, man. They did the one thing that everybody was criticizing and wondering whether they can do it. And they did it. So we can't say shit.
But silence their critics for how long, though? That's what I'm saying.
What else we going to say, Spike? What else is there to say?
I just want to know if this Tatum and Brown duo, if one championship is enough.
That's all you need.
Y'all tell me that's cool.
Wait. Why do they need more than one?
It's the Celtics.
What does that mean? The pressure on Tatum and Brown, from what I've seen from a lot of the legends that were talking to them,
it's just win one.
Yeah, they put up banners.
That's it,
bro.
They joined the elite.
They are about to sign Jason Tatum to a $350 million extension.
Mm-hmm. Why would you not?
Previous to that, Jaylen Brown is the highest paid player in the league.
Correct.
And you guys are telling me that, it's cool, that's enough. Just win one championship and do whatever you do after that.
Hey, look.
That's crazy.
Look, no.
That's insane.
So you're telling Cedric Maxwell and you're telling all of the Celtics greats that winning one championship is insane. Of course. No, because of course they want more than one, but their primary mission is to win a title. That's it.
It's people that ain't gonna win no titles gonna get that. That's done less.
Yeah, that's fine. But y'all are telling me that the expectations are, I'm cool with this, and that's not not acceptable for two people that are being the highest paid players in the league. It was never cool when Shaq and Kobe were on the same team to be like, y'all win one championship. That's all right, man.
You want to win
I'm fine
more,
with that.
but you want to, and your goal is going to be to win multiple championships.
Y'all not saying that though.
Wait. Who else have one that played for the Green? It's a big three.
KG, Paul Pierce, and
Ray Allen.
Mm-hmm. None of them.
None
of them were the highest paid players in the league, though.
That's
all I'm saying.
It's not about the money, bro.
No,
it's not about the money.
It's never.
There we go.
It's not about the money.
Basketball guy.
If you're sitting here saying that this duo, see, you're switching
I'm saying
it up.
That they need to win more. Ken, I'm saying this is not enough. This is what they should have did 2 or 3 years ago.
But they didn't. They did it.
And they didn't.
Was it enough for Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen?
Yep.
Yes.
We still talk about them today.
Yes.
Then how is it enough for them and it's not for Tatum and Brown?
There was never a point in time where KG, Ray
the money
Allen,
is irrelevant, bro.
It is relevant.
But
that's relevant.
If you had paid them at that time, if they would do that, nobody would have said a word.
But you didn't.
So you still can't say it.
That ain't enough. You didn't pay them at that time. Those players were paid to play the roles that they play. Now you guys are telling me I'm going to have 2 of the top paid players in the league, and it's cool that they already won a championship, and we ain't gonna win no more. That's crazy.
What I'm saying is there's the level of standard and expectations that I'm holding Tatum and Brown to what has already previously been done by 3 Hall of Famers before that only got 1. So there's no way I'm going to hold them and say they need to get more than 1 ring when the big 3 only got 1, bro.
Why do they need another one?
Why not? I'm paying you guys. Look, you guys are making the most money than anybody ever.
But that's relative, though.
That's not relative.
It is relative.
because KG was the highest paid player one time, and he was one of the first to crack that $100 million.
But before I pay you, Tatum and Brown, I can just go pay someone else. And we
Who's
can
the
hope.
someone else though?
I don't care who it is.
No.
Because-
Spike.
because-
You always make this argument in sports, like there's just somebody
Playoff
else
fee.
waiting in the wings that you could just easily replace whoever the hell you have currently.
I'm not saying
and that's not the
replace.
case.
I'm just saying to meet the
Paul George,
expectations
that's
that
what he
Ken and Shelton told me.
But you know
They're
what the
telling me that
expectations
this
are, though?
championship is enough. So now, if
No,
this championship,
look.
wait, real quick, if this championship is enough, then why I gotta pay you two niggas boatloads of money to come back each year and hope
this
y'all
championship-
win?
because you're under 30.
This championship was the standard. It's not enough. You want more,
That's-
but you jumped over.
Okay, no, that's what
you
I'm
jumped
saying.
Over the hurdle.
So if you're telling me this is the standard, and next year I expect y'all to win a championship,
oh, you always expect them to be in the
No,
hunt. They're supposed to
you-
always be expected to.
No,
But
you know what? No. You can't expect, unless we're talking full-fledged dynasty, which they are not yet, right? Unless you are a dynasty, the expectation is not win a championship. The expectation is to contend. There's a big difference there. Where Boston is right now after this championship, if they win another one next year, we can have the beginning talks of a dynasty. And then we can start having the talks of expecting to win multiple championships beyond the second
that
one.
should be right now.
No.
though.
I think it is.
How is that not right
Why?
now?
I think it is.
So you're saying the expectation
It's championship.
is championship.
Absolutely.
Right now, yes, because
Because they've been there before.
Yeah.
And
not
I'm
only
paying
that,
you all this money.
they were the best team in the league this year, and they're bringing back this same group. They only have 3 unrestricted free agents, so they're going to be able to keep this group together for the next at least 2 years, 2 to 3 years. So yeah, I think now that they've gotten over the hurdle, mentally, they know how to win, they know what it takes.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? A couple.
I'm not saying they're going to do it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, my thing was coming into the season, we all expected Boston to be a top 3 team in the league, right? And minimum was get to the finals. They've been there, done that. Now here's my thing in context. I feel Jason Tatum didn't have a matchup throughout the entire playoffs that tested him. He struggled, but he did play a good floor game, and I said that. He struggled shooting, but he played a really good floor game. They have so much so that as long as he played a good floor game, other people had good games, they were going to win. They did that, right? I can't hold that 100% against them, but I would like to see him go against a tougher matchup. Let's say like a Kawhi, a PG, somebody that is going to give you buckets and guard you. The entire playoffs, he didn't have a matchup like that, right? And I talked about all year, it's about Jason Tatum raising his game. Now, when you look at the numbers, hey, he had an argument for Finals MVP.
Did he?
I said Jaylen Brown,
Did he?
but yeah, he did. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
They were better
He
than
did.
Jaylen Brown. He just
but-
wasn't as
Exactly.
consistent.
But Jalen was more instrumental.
Yes.
He
More
had bigger
clutch.
moments. Exactly.
Yeah.
He was more clutch, which to me, that's
we'll
why
get
he
to
that's why he deserved the Finals MVP. All of that being said, this roster is scary as hell, right? Because I don't know if y'all follow Jalen Rose on IG, but he posted today, he was like 2 years ago, I said, don't break up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Get them a guard that can facilitate, right? Because sometimes when they were on the court together, you had either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum initiating the offense, and that's not what they do best. You know what I'm saying? So now the fact that they got Drew, re-signed Drew, Ken, I think that he signed a 3-year or 4-year extension.
Yeah, I think, okay, yeah.
Right? So he's going to be there for the prime of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I think KP has 1 more year before he's a free agent. That's the core. You can rotate the other pieces around. Derek White is probably going to leave because they're not going to be able to afford him. Unless I don't think he re-signed.
No, I think everybody's coming back. I
No,
read it last.
next
Yeah,
year.
he can
I'm
come back.
talking
He can come
future.
back next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking future. I'm talking future because obviously the core, as long as they have the 3, they'll be fine. They'll be able to replace all of that. But look, I do think this. I do think that if they come back next year and they do what they did this year, and they don't have to be as dominant. They don't have to be the number 1 team throughout the whole NBA regular season. They don't have to do that. Get to the finals, win the finals.
Yeah, when the Lakers three-peated, they weren't. I think they were sort of underperforming.
Yeah.
They just went crazy in the playoffs.
Because mentally it's tough.
It's draining.
Yeah, because it's like, look, bro, like this regular season stuff, this is not what we're here for. We're here for the final. So as long as they finish top 2, top 3, as long as they're not 6, 7, or 8 or in the play-in, they'll be fine.
Do you think the question was Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? Do you think they silenced their critics with this title?
Yeah, they should have. They should have, because look, here's the thing. The issue was never how great they were individually. It was always how do they play together. And without Drew Holiday, we saw it was clunky. With Drew Holiday, they won a championship.
But that's giving credit to Drew Holiday, not them.
What do you mean?
There's like
That, no, I'm giving credit to them because the question was never how talented they were. The question was, can they play together?
Right. And we seen Jason Tatum struggle in games 1 and 2, and Jaylen Brown save him. And we seen in the rest of the series, Jason Tatum do what he's supposed to do as the number 1 player.
Have we not seen that? Have we not seen this song?
I ain't saying that we not seen it. My question to the point of what you're bringing up is, do you believe in that next season?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There's no way that I believe in that.
Why?
With Embiid healthy, with New York getting somebody else like PG because he's a free agent, they're going to be better teams.
Okay.
Boston played terrible ass teams
100%.
all the way to the finals.
100%.
And now we crowning them because
Spike,
all they happen to play
Spike,
okay.
No, we're crowning them because they won a
They're
title, bro.
championship.
Thank you.
They won a championship.
Thank you.
You got to give credit. The goal is to win the championship.
I'm not giving them any credit.
And here's
They
the
won a
thing:
championship.
all these years that Embiid has been in Philly, how many times has he been healthy?
How many
throughout
times?
the whole? Wait, hold on now. Let me. How you going?
The answer is zero, FIFO.
Before I finish the question?
You already know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He has not been healthy throughout an entire playoff run, right? So as great as he is, yes, he was the MVP a year or so ago, and he was the MVP throughout the time he was healthy. He's not there when it matters most. And also when it matters most, he has a Jason Tatum syndrome where he doesn't always come up big when you need him to.
Another question. Boston versus Philly in the playoffs. How's that typically gone?
It's gone toward Boston.
Okay.
How many times have Boston had the better team, Ken? Don't do that.
Okay, but
Y'all gave,
it's a team game,
y'all
though.
Gave
It's a team
Embiid,
game.
Y'all gave Embiid Harden when he was the best player in the league coming from wherever he was coming
Shit,
from.
ain't nobody say
he
that.
was terrible. He was
nobody say
terrible
that.
when he was playing with Embiid. Now, if I were Embiid and I had the squad that Jason Tatum had around him, yeah, of course I would have a championship.
You
Okay,
may
that's
be
undoubted. That's
right.
undoubted.
But that's not on
so
the
why are
player.
we giving them credit?
Because that's not on the player.
Because-
Why are we giving them credit? Though,
Because they won a championship.
Yeah, and because they still don't have that squad. So even if you're right in what you're
But
saying,
Boston
that's
do
like
have-
saying if I was
but
on
that's
your
what I'm
team,
saying.
you was on my
Boston
team,
does have that squad.
Okay.
And they're going to.
So why you penalizing
that's
them?
why
then?
they be back.
I'm not penalizing.
You
them
are.
for it. I'm not giving them exponential ranking.
Well, we're
because
not
of
doing that either.
either,
They
though.
won a championship, so
Yeah,
just
they
respect
number
it.
one this year. That's it.
Look, at the end of the day, next year somebody has to defeat them. They are the standard.
Yeah,
And would you be shocked if that happened? No.
well, we were
That's
shocked.
all I'm saying.
Whoa,
That's all I'm saying. Most
You say
champions-
you say would I be shocked if what happened?
If they get beat, most
By
champions,
who? By who?
whoever.
What do you mean whoever?
Anybody in the
Who?
league can beat them
Name
next
some
year,
teams. No, not anybody in the league.
Did you think Denver was going to get beat this year?
No, and I think Denver can
All
beat them
right.
next
So
year.
no.
can
To
beat
your
them next
point,
year.
though, the question you're asking him is the same going to be applied to
Yeah.
Denver as well, and they got beat, bro.
Yes, they did.
They were the title favorites coming
All
in
year.
for a lot of people, and
All
they
year
got put
long.
out.
They got beat by a superstar in Anthony Edwards, who's going to be the face of the league next year.
But they were champions, title, best player in the league, and
Best
they went
team,
home.
everything.
I
So
agree with that.
the point is, yes, it can happen. And I don't know if unless we're going to penalize Denver, then we probably shouldn't penalize Boston for losing if they
Right.
happen to lose.
Absolutely.
You know,
Look, at the end of the day, I want to say this before. I'm most happy for Al Horford.
Yeah.
All of them fucking Boston motherfuckers. I'm most happy for Al Horford.
I didn't realize this is the first time winning the championship.
yeah,
Yeah.
17 years.
I thought he had one with someone else. That was
No,
crazy.
you got to remember he played majority in the East in the LeBron prime years.
Yeah.
So then he wasn't going nowhere.
He was on those fake great Hawk teams.
Yes, he was.
Fat
And he played a year in Philly as well. But I'm most happy for Al Horford
To come back to Boston.
Yeah, to come back to Boston and go win and still be year 17. People don't give him enough credit for still being relevant. You see how he done changed his game
Bro.
and he's modern now.
Horford was about to die out there.
He was, but he
Game
left
five,
it all out
He
there.
left
though.
it all out there.
He left
You
it all
gotta
out
give his
there.
credit.
I was like, bro, he was so happy KP came back.
Hell yeah,
He did.
hell yeah.
That's true.
But look,
Tillman was having to play.
but at the end of the day,
Poor Tillman couldn't even get back in the game.
the NBA doesn't have that much parity. It's only a handful of teams that truly are in
I disagree.
championship
I
contention. What do you
disagree
mean?
with you,
There's
There's been
not more
parity.
than 6 teams.
It's
There's
parity
been
though.
parity over
It's
the
parity
last
right
7
now
years. Yeah,
because-
every year there's a new team that won the championship
it's
over the
parity
last
right
7
now.
years.
It's not
Like, you
league
gotta think
wide.
about it.
We're waiting for somebody
Yeah,
to
there are
get
no
back to the way it
dynasties
used to
no
be.
more. There are no Heat. There are no Pistons. There are no Lakers anymore. There's parity. Like
We saw
every
that
year,
with-
you expect someone new to
Boston
win.
has
And that's
the potential
reason-
to break it because they're
No,
bringing this
and that's the reason why I disagree with you, Ken, in saying it, because there is so much parity. I wouldn't be shocked if Boston
there's
wasn't
only three-
anywhere
It's-
near. If Boston wasn't anywhere near the finals next year, I wouldn't be
so
shocked.
wait, hold
see, Lou, it's more parity in the West than it is in
Yeah.
the East.
Oh no, 100%.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, because the top to bottom, the West is more loaded than the East.
Yeah.
East is still top heavy.
that's
Now here's the thing about Boston where I disagree with you. Two out of their starting 5 made all defensive NBA teams. The other 2, one of them made an All NBA team. The other one should have made an All NBA team. And even though he didn't, he was still Finals MVP. And then we're talking about another person that's 7'3" with floor game. Like, bro, like when we're talking about top to bottom roster construction, you can't name me
One of the
a
best.
better squad put together top to bottom. 1 through 10, there's not a better team. And Kate, you said that there's only 3 unrestricted free agents or 3 free
and they're
agents.
guys that don't even matter, bro.
Exactly. So
I thought Paul George was unrestricted.
no,
I'm
we're
talking
talking
about
about Boston. Boston. So 1 through 10 is coming back, and they have the best 1 through 10.
Yeah, I looked it up last night.
How do they not? You shaking your head. How
Yeah.
do they not have the best top 10
I just don't
in the
believe,
league?
I don't believe in Tatum and Brown, even though they won a championship, bro.
That is the craziest
Like, if
thing
y'all
I've
tell
heard
me-
before.
like, if
I've
y'all
never
tell-
heard any
bro,
shit like this before in
Bro,
my
if
life,
y'all
bro.
tell me that people are coming back healthy next year, and I got a healthy Jimmy Butler, I got a healthy Embiid, I got a healthy Giannis. Hell no, I'm not taking
Giannis-
Tatum and Brown over any of them.
Look, Jimmy
bro.
Buckets is
Jimmy
is-
done, bro.
Thank you. It's a
Y'all
wrap.
don't like- nah,
It's a
stop.
wrap.
Jimmy
Jimmy's
Buckets, he's
done.
0-2 in the finals. He ain't-
Stop it, man.
he-
J-
Y'all talking
Jimmy's
about
Why
the
you
same-
so hyping up Jimmy
But y'all
Butler?
talking about the same dude that beat the Celtics team and went to
Well,
the
he ain't beating
finals
them no more.
just last year.
But he not
What
Did he
are we
win?
talking
Did he
about?
win a finals?
Did
Who
he
got
have-
a ring?
Did he
He
have?
went to the finals.
Who got a ring
Did
though?
he have Drew Holiday last year?
He,
Did the Boston Celtics have Drew Holiday last year?
now it's all
No.
dependent upon Drew Holiday.
What I'm saying is, as a championship team, you always have guys that are either glue
Yes.
or lube. Pause.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? and Drew Holiday is one of those guys that's both.
All right, so let me ask you this: if I'm Pat Riley, and what you said is true, and I can go get Paul George, and he is a person who I feel like
Spike, you gotta let Paul
tightest
George
thing.
go, bro.
Ken, just hear me out.
I don't want
If
to.
I'm the Heat, and I got Tyler Hero, and I
Tired of
got
hearing
Paul
about Paul
George,
damn George.
and I got Jimmy
Motherfuckers,
Buckets, I can beat the Celtics.
You can't.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Bro, the Celtics didn't even play their best basketball. They weren't even
That's
at
the
their
scary
peak
part.
They
in the
can't play their
finals.
best basketball. That's
They
my
can.
point.
When did Paul George get to be so
Well,
special to you?
I don't know. I'm just. He must don't know anybody else to play. Let's move on, bro. To a lot of people's surprise, well, I don't know. I don't know about the framing of this question. Jaylen Brown was named Finals MVP, even though Jason Tatum led the Celtics in all major categories this series. Did they get it right? And
Yes.
I think so. I mean, Jaylen Brown was. I thought,
Undoubtedly.
and I was putting in the chat. I thought Tatum was going to steal it from him.
Yeah.
which
He
would
was
have been
close.
messed up, bro.
Yeah.
I think Tatum was able to play downhill, as the series went along. But Jaylen Brown was very instrumental in those first 2 games.
Yeah.
So
Excellent point.
Agreed.
He played downhill.
Jaylen
And
Brown
you
was-
said- everybody in the building was in agreement, but Tatum. Tatum was not happy about him winning that MVP
I
title.
don't think he was mad though. I don't think he wanted them.
it didn't look like
Yes,
it.
Yeah, he wasn't mad.
He kind of
I
looked
think
like he rolled his eyes.
I
at me.
think he was cool with it, bro.
looked
Because
like-
He knew he wasn't winning that shit.
He know he's not that dude.
I don't
He
think-
knows.
I don't think he
Jaylen Brown
do, Lou.
is that dude.
I don't think he do.
He know
I don't
that,
think he
bro.
does.
I think he listens.
Remember, Tatum said he's the 5th best player in the league or something like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he thinks he's that guy, and he has
See, I think that's fluff, Ken. Him saying, "Oh, in the interview." I'm the
Hey, he
fifth
can
best
say
player in the
whatever he
league.
want now, bro. He got that
I don't.
ring. He got
I'm
that
just saying,
ring,
I
bro.
don't think that he believes that. What I do think that he believes that he knows Jaylen Brown.
So you think he just said it just because?
just because?
Okay.
I'm Jason Tatum, and this is what people expect.
When he
from
said
me.
it, he believed that
believed
shit.
it.
I don't think so.
I think he does because it's the same way I think Ant believes that Cat is the best talent on the squad. You don't have
That's
to be.
talking about somebody else, FIFO.
I understand.
Yeah.
If you're talking about yourself,
if you go back, well, let's
right?
talk about self. Cat thinks he's the best player on that team.
Yep.
But
That's what you believe.
Anthony Edwards doesn't believe that.
Yes,
That's my point.
You gonna think that about
Anthony
yourself.
Edwards think he the best player on that team.
Jaylen Brown thinks he's probably the best, and Tatum thinks he's the best.
Right. Tatum's wrong.
Yeah, we agree that at times he's wrong.
I disagree.
I think he's the most talented, but he's not the lead dog. That's what I think.
Tatum's the best, but Jalen's playing better.
Yeah.
Like I said. Jason Tatum, what Jason Tatum can do, Jaylen Brown cannot do.
Correct.
There were still times in this series and throughout the playoffs, you look at Jaylen Brown go left, fumble the ball. The skill set isn't as refined as Jason Tatum.
He's more talented. Jason Tatum is way
Yes.
more talented.
Yeah,
but Jaylen Brown is a dog.
That's
Yes.
what I wanted to bring to the point. There's a difference between talent and the best.
Yeah.
You can be more talented. You can be the more talented player. However, there can be another player who is the best at leading this team, scoring buckets, and making
It's
sure
like
that we
Draymond.
win.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, and I think that Jaylen Brown is that. Jaylen Brown is the best player on that team.
I think there were moments last night where it looked like, I think it was the fourth quarter in Dallas. Boston got into a lull. They start, or maybe it was the third. Either one. It was the second half. And they started jacking up threes. The threes, they went cold. It was like 2 of 10 or 3 of 10 from three. And I was like, and Dallas started playing with a little bit more momentum, a little bit more energy. And I was like, oh, man, they need a bucket. And they missed like 3 layups. Holiday missed one. Tatum missed one. I mean, his shit was a brick. That shit didn't even, that shit hit the top of the square. And then somebody else, Horford missed like 3 or 4. And I think Jaylen Brown missed one. So they were really struggling offensively. But I was like, they need a bucket. And they need a bucket bad. And Jaylen Brown went to a mid-range. He hit the mid-range shot and kind of reestablished order. And they were kind of able to seize control and kind of coast somewhat from there. And that just kind of showed, when he did that, I was like, that's the mentality. It was like, yo, something has to be done. Let me go get it done, as he did in the first 2 games. And I think he had a great game 3 as well. They all shit the bed in game 4. And then game 5, I think statistically he was great as well. Tatum just had more numbers. So I think it's deserved. I think it would have been shameful if they would have taken the title and gave it to Jason Tatum. So I think they got it right in. I guess you guys agree as well?
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I think JB should have got it.
Let's talk about Luka.
Wait, before
go ahead.
one quick question. Do y'all think that it is Jaylen Brown's team going forward, though, because he won the MVP?
No. That's like saying they
still
got
Tatum's team?
Yeah. Did we give it to Iggy?
Okay, yeah.
Big difference, but I feel you.
I know, but you know,
I feel you.
sometimes it just happens like that.
I disagree with y'all. I think it's JBJ.
Jason Tatum's still going to be the number one
I already
option.
see how it would be Tatum's team.
He's still the number one option on the championship
It's
team.
always going to be Tatum's team, bro.
I think in that locker room, they know who the person that they can depend on is, and that's Jaylen Brown. Now, if y'all are talking about other teams and how they perceive them, and him being the number one option because he has a better skill set, yeah, I'll agree with that. But if you're talking about inside the Celtics locker room, and the Celtics players is looking like, okay, who do we answer to? Who's the alpha male in this situation? It's Jaylen Brown.
And I'm going to tell you it's both, because I was listening to Wendy, and he said that it was either him or Lowe. And they said that when they got rid of Marcus Smart, because Marcus Smart was their version of Draymond.
That was the alpha male.
When he left, both of them, not one or the other, assumed that leadership role.
They did.
And started taking more of a commanding presence. And you kind of saw the results this year along with the acquisition they made. So I think it's both. They both been very vocal in leading their team when they need them.
I think it's JB.
They're 1A and 1B, but 1A is Jason Tatum. They're 1A, 1B,
It's
bro.
going to always be Jason
It
Tatum,
is.
bro. It just is what it is.
I think y'all are saying that based off skill, though.
No, I'm just saying go ahead.
I was going to say, I
Jaylen
don't
Brown
know.
has
You may be
big,
right. And
he has more of a presence than Jason Tatum.
you may be
does.
right. And the only reason I'll say that is we see it on the outside. Everybody's trying to give it to Tatum. But on the inside, some of those comments led me to believe that they may think that as a team, too. They may
Even
think
when
like you're
Jason
thinking.
Kidd brought it up. When Jason
When
Kidd
he brought it up,
the
and
person
Holiday
y'all are
agreed.
telling me that it's the third best player on this team, he was like, "Yeah, that's."
And again,
correct.
they were not.
I have to think
They
that
were
they-
not double teaming Jaylen Brown, bro. It was all.
I'm not talking about the logistics of
That
it.
the
Kid.
logistics matter.
I'm talking
Exactly,
about
'cause that's
the
the context.
wordplay of it, though.
No,
Because
but the
if-
words don't
if-
mean nothing. It's
it
all about
does,
action.
though. It
No,
does.
no, it doesn't.
Because
Because,
if
it's
someone
about
can-
action. If I'm the coach saying that, yeah, you're the best player, but I'm double teaming him, why am I not double teaming you? Did they not double team Kobe? Did they not double team Michael?
Because you
Did they
got
not
a
double
better
team
skill
LeBron?
set. You have a better skill set.
That's why I say I agree. We disagree on the best player part, but the leader, that's the part where I'm kind of.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
So
that's all
you're
I'm
so
saying.
you're just talking leadership.
Jaylen Brown is the leader of that
Yeah,
team.
we talking leadership.
Okay,
I kinda-
honestly, like this.
Jason Tatum may be
know
the
what?
best.
No.
But
Well,
Jaylen Brown is the
I'll give you
leader
this.
of
I'll
that
give you
team.
this. I'll give you this. Since they traded Marcus Smart, it feels like the heart and soul feels more like Jaylen Brown than
Brown.
all I'm
Jason
saying.
Tatum.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll give
all I'm
I'll
saying.
give you that, but he's not the best player.
No.
That's
he's not the
fine.
best
Okay.
player.
That's
He's just
fine.
the biggest dog.
I think
The
that
biggest dog in the yard.
now that they've won a title, I don't think we need to keep rehashing these title arguments about whose team it is, who's the better team. Like, the shit is dead. They are a duo that managed to find a way to work.
Yeah, facts.
You know,
I agree with that.
yeah, let's talk about who y'all were telling me
Yeah, let's
was
go.
the best duo
Let's go.
in the NBA.
Can't wait to
Oh
get to
my
this.
Scoring
God,
duo.
bro.
Scoring
Can't
duo.
wait to get to this.
We ain't
Best
say duo
duo
all
in
time.
Most talented
NBA.
Most talented backcourt ever.
Man,
He
Luka.
was practicing this in the mirror with.
He had the computer.
The numbers look good. Luka's numbers look good. Luka's numbers always look good because he
That
can
don't mean
stat pad like anybody. Like no,
They don't all look good. Them-
No. Them
But,
blow bys.
He was terrible on threes.
Yeah, but statistically, you know, the numbers are gonna look good. But yeah, he was terrible on threes, and he managed to pad his score late when the game didn't matter. But yeah, are we looking at him a little differently
Yes.
after this series? Oh,
Yes.
I was surprised
Yes.
by that.
Yes. Because here's the thing. We before the finals, we started praising Luka and Kyrie in regards to their defensive effort. We all understand that these guys are not defensive stalwarts. It's not like, hey, Luka, this guy scored 15 in a row, go shut him down. We know that that's not what he do, right? That's not why he getting paid. He gets paid to be a maestro and to get buckets when you need him to get buckets, right? However, there's a level of defensive effort that is required by the best player. There's also a level of fitness and endurance that is required by the best player. And those are the two things that I'm questioning about Luka. Because especially, what was it, game 3, it was just like, bro, like, you just, like, go right by me. You got the ball, go right by me. Oh, I'm going to commit a stupid foul. And he got fouled out in that game. Like, the game that you need to have, he made a whole bunch of boneheads. It's an effort thing, Ken. So it's not about going in to shut this guy down. It's about moving your feet and being in shape enough to be at this point of the season to be effective. We're not asking you to shut down Drew. We're not asking you to shut down Jason Tatum. What we're asking you to do is play smarter defense, move your feet more.
Like he did in game 4.
Like he did in game 4.
Yeah.
And that's why they won. Well, I can't say that's the only reason why they won, but there was more resistance.
You think he was hurt?
Huh?
Do you think he was hurt?
No.
It don't even
I think he's
matter.
out of shape.
I don't think
I
it
don't
matters
think
though.
it's- yeah.
I
I
don't think it matters, bro. You hurt or
either.
whatever.
Yeah. Because
Everybody-
nobody's at
Some people saying that,
100%.
that's the only
Well,
reason I asked.
Luka said that shit don't matter.
Yeah.
Luka
He said
himself
it
said it.
himself.
Yeah, so-
Because there's nobody in
care
the
what
finals
anybody
that's
says.
100% healthy.
Right, it don't matter.
Everybody got knickknacks. Everybody is tired. Everybody done been through the same damn thing. So at the end of the day, I look at Luka different because I need better effort and I need him to get in better shape if they're going to continuously make deep playoff runs. He's not in good enough shape. We saw it. That man, by the midway through the first quarter, that man was gassed when it came to the finals.
FIFO, there's a gift and a curse going to someone like Luka being a professional at 14, 15 years old. Mm-hmm. Because I saw that we saw this play out in the finals. I've been doing this shit forever. I feel like I can bitch to the refs. I can half-ass it. I'm talented enough to get this done, and that's just not the case. This is the NBA Finals, bro. This ain't the EuroLeague shit that you was playing in. This ain't Demetrius or whatever it is. This is the best people in the world, and I do think I agree with you that he has to understand, like, I'm playing against top-level competition. It's not gonna matter bitching to the refs every up and down the court, like I gotta come up and do my job, and that comes with being more fit, playing better defense. I don't think that's registered with him yet. Luka can be the best player in the league, but it just has not registered to him yet. I'm not a 16-year-old or a 14-year-old playing in the Euro League. Everybody like, oh, my talent is this and that and the third, and me actually having to step up and be the best. Like we always talk about LeBron and the work that he put in to keep his body keep his body straight, or how many shots Steph put up to be that person that he is. I don't think that Luka gets that yet. I don't know if it's young, or I don't know if it's not from here.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like the best teacher is experience. He's never gotten this far.
Correct.
So now
it's gonna help him.
Yeah, no, 100. Well, it should help him.
Yeah.
Does he apply what he has learned, or does he keep the same mindset?
We hope as fans that this helps him. So we want to see him be better.
No, 100%.
Like the blow-bys and all the shit that you Ken don't. I know. Ken don't.
He a cold
because
brother,
Ken
though.
don't like it. But as me watching basketball, being a fair weather basketball fan, of course, I like football more than I like basketball. But just watching this and seeing him do this, I seen someone that's like, oh, okay, this not Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's not someone who studied this shit and who can come up
real quick.
with the outcomes that I know he can come up with because he's great at this and he's put the work in. Luka not putting the work in.
First of all, I think to be an NBA player, you got to put some level of work in.
No,
but
absolutely. I'm talking about to be the superstar, to be the nigga where
to be,
after game 4, we not talking about you getting blow-bys and
no, 100%.
all of this shit is on you. You're not fouling out because of a blocking foul that you put yourself
100%.
in a bad position of. That you shouldn't be doing that as an elite talent
when
in this
you
league.
have this level of greatness that Luka has, right? It's a requirement for you to expound every ounce of greatness that you have in your body.
I don't think you know that yet.
Even if he should know it now.
After this series.
This series, he should know it now.
During the series, we seen that he did.
100%. 100%. I think this, right? And we could look at one of his contemporaries. Joker was a bad built blonde,
Bush blonde, whatever.
You know, like we saw Joker first couple of years in the league, overweight. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really matter because he was regular season, maybe first round. But the moment that they actually were a good team and they started going further, not saying that this guy looked like LeBron or Amari Stoudemire or one of these top tier athletes, but we've seen him shrink down. He's in shape for his build. And when I look at Luka, that man was gassed. That man was gassed.
Well, let me say this. Luka, you know, I don't look at him different to answer the question. I will next year if I don't see an improvement in that part. We do need improvement in that area, but we got to take into consideration this man is 25 years old.
True.
And he went through a gauntlet in that Western Conference to get to the finals. Nobody in this chat, nobody in this room expected Dallas to be in the finals. So he led that team to a place that we didn't think they could go. He probably didn't think they can get there. And they got there, and they disappointed. They shot bad. He was terrible shooting. But I was more disappointed with his shooting than I was with the defense because we've been seeing Luka play defense. We know what that is. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think that the shooting woes is part in because of his conditioning?
I don't know. You know what? To be honest, and I sat there, and the reason why I asked the injury question too was I was thinking to myself, was it injuries? Because, yeah, conditioning is important, but we've seen him do it without it. We've seen this man just make a mockery of the
but
game.
not in the finals,
See, I
though.
think that's arrogance, though. I think that's arrogance on his part in thinking that I can do whatever I do as Luka and I'm going to be able to be successful because I've did it since I was 14 years old.
Well,
we've
seen him do it.
I see that the challenges that are in front of me, I can't overcome them, and now I take it out on the refs. Now I'm complaining about calls.
Well, he's always done that.
Yeah.
He has, but Ken, I think it's a sense of I thought that it was going to be easier than it is, and now since it isn't, I'm going to point the finger at other people.
Boston was a matchup problem for the Mavs.
Period.
Just overall for the whole team, you know. So
because they don't have those medium-sized guys, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, to match up with. Because we know Luka's not a matchup for them,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Luka's not a matchup for them. Nobody on that.
Not even Kyrie or PJ Washington.
Exactly.
None of them can guard.
Like there was not a matchup for either one of their top two players.
Yeah, they were hunting Luka, and then in Game 5, they attacked Kyrie. Yeah, you know, they put Kyrie in the post a couple of times.
I think that goes to what I was saying as far as you have to be in better shape. You have to be
Luka's
better.
okay, yeah, but
Ken, if they're hunting me, I gotta be better.
Curry wasn't the best defensive player. Go ahead.
No, and that's what I was gonna say.
Curry got better.
He did. He didn't get better. He got
Marginally
smarter and
stronger.
And that was the biggest. Yeah, that was the biggest thing.
And he got a lot stronger.
And I like what I saw in Luka in this last press conference. Luka, he was pissed. So we should see him come out improved and in better shape.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But I would think so. By the way, his reaction was he wasn't happy. And you what you do is you put people in place around him to make him better. That's what you do with a player like that. And you did a great job of getting to where you were. Things started clicking, and you ran into a buzzsaw. That's really just what happened. Otherwise, we'd be having a different story about this whole thing.
Well, that's what they did is they went and got Lively, PJ Washington, all these guys to cover up Luka.
Yes.
And this is why Boston was a matchup, because they were able to exploit everybody, because 1 through 5 was hot. Anybody can shoot the three or take them off the dribble. So and that was an issue. So, and that caused them to spread out a little bit more, and then that allowed them to be able to attack Luka and Kyrie relentlessly. So when the third and fourth quarter comes, they're tired. Am I going to look at Luka differently? I mean, the fact of the matter is Luka is a front runner. We have all, I don't know, maybe I've seen that, but maybe nobody else. But when Luka, why?
You can't say that though, Ken.
Bro, when Luka busting ass, he be talking all kind of shit.
He's talking all shit all game.
But Ken, they were losing in the Clipper series, and then he started busting their ass and talking shit. So he's not a front runner because he brought them back to get to that point.
Nah, Luke,
and they were losing.
Nah. Luka, bad boy. His offense cold. He got the mid range. He got that slow ass drive to the paint, which is crazy to me.
Slow ass drive.
He got.
They were down in 2 series.
He got the three.
He got the slow ass drive in the muscle, and I'm gonna
know,
get you 2 points.
Look, the guy's nice. The guy can play. He hits incredible shots. Even when I watch him, I'm like, damn, that shit is crazy. You know, like the turnaround. Like he got damn near everything.
Yeah.
You know, but the fact of the matter is, mentally, Luka has some growing up to do. He loves the front run, loves to talk shit. I love that about him. Yeah. I love when he'll hit that, like when he hit that three on Gobert. That's the type of energy I love. But the fact of the matter is, you know, he's always complaining to the refs and stuff like that. He got a load of touch fouls in that game. Yeah, he did. And Tatum and Brown were getting destroyed.
That blocking foul was one of the stupidest
they were getting
plays.
Caitlin Clark.
That blocking foul was one of the stupidest plays of the whole playoffs.
But no, I think that he just has to improve his defense. I just don't know if he's going to be able to improve his defense.
But you know what, Ken? It's defense is an effort thing. Like it's not. Okay, so there's two types of defenders, right? There's defenders that are like naturally born defenders, and there is a skill in defense, right? The majority of basketball players don't have it. So that goes to the second tier. It's effort. We saw when Luka puts in effort, they are a much better team because he's the head of the snake. Like as much as I don't like to call him a point guard, he's a point guard, bro. He's a point guard. He even guards some of the other point guards. He's a point guard. So if you are the point guard and you are initiating offense and you're also supposed to be the first one back, that for him, he just needs to play with better effort. We saw when he does that, that team is a way better team.
Do y'all think Luka showed up in this series? Forget the numbers.
Yes.
Because he can put up numbers. Do y'all think he actually showed up in the series?
No.
Not to his best ability. I think, like I said, I still do honestly think he was hurt. I'm not saying there's no excuses. You in the finals, so you do suck up injuries. But I do think, because one of those games, the second game too, he was questionable. And he had some things going on.
He took a
and
he
had his knee messed up. So it was a lot going on with him physically.
But you know what?
But he was more affected here than he was physically.
Shoot that shit up. You a pro.
What
that shit called? Cortisol. Shoot all that shit up. You in the finals.
He did. But did he ever show up though?
Yes.
No, he
not to the best of his ability.
He didn't.
I mean, he played in every game, bro.
That game 4, but I don't even count game 4. I don't even think Boston
Because everybody was whipping ass.
they didn't
Lively hit a fucking 3, bro.
Yeah, they didn't even have Boston.
That was pride,
Y'all-
and
yeah,
also
this
I
is
think Boston
biased.
wanted to
Y'all
win
are
it on
being
their home
biased.
court.
Y'all are being biased against Luka.
Oh, no. We going to get
So,
to
so,
recency
hold on.
bias.
So,
You
so,
hold
so
that.
you think Luka put his best foot forward
That
in
was
the
the best
finals?
The
Luka?
best foot that he could. Y'all are talking about he was hurt.
No,
No, that's Shelton.
That's
said he was
Shelton.
hurt.
No,
I'm saying he didn't put forth effort.
I still say I don't think he put forth his best effort. I did say I think he was hurt, but still he had those turnovers ain't got nothing to do with that. A lot of those dumb turnovers, the times he was complaining
I don't
instead of getting
understand.
back. That's
y'all
not.
said he folded in the finals.
No, we didn't say that.
What
He
do
just
y'all
didn't
say?
What I'm
put
saying,
forth
he
his
didn't
best
play.
effort.
It wasn't the best version of him, and forget the injuries and all of that. And that's why I'm talking about the defense. It was the effort, especially in Game 3.
Okay.
I saw Game 3. I'm like, bro, what are you're not going to be
What,
nowhere
9
near.
turnovers?
Yeah, you're not going to
So,
be nowhere
A good
near.
example,
What I
like
will-
when he played the Clippers, when he go out there, he wants to bust the Clippers. I think he hates the
He
Clippers.
can't stand
That's
that.
Luka putting on his best effort. So I'm gonna go out
What
here
I
and
will
say, yeah.
what I will concede with y'all and say he put forth the best effort to get them there. He didn't have the help when they were there.
But
he didn't have the help because y'all are talking about.
But this is not the
Christ.
question.
I'm not gonna let you get away with
This is
that.
not the
I'm not
question,
gonna
though.
let you get away with that.
Because no, I'm
Let
not
me
going to let you finish
finish.
because you're not even answering the question. We're talking
I'm
about
saying
Luka.
yes.
We're not
I
talking
answered the
about the
question
help.
yes.
We're not talking about Kyrie. We're not
Yes.
talking about Mark Cuban.
I'm saying yes. He showed up the best that he could. However,
Get the fuck
the
outta here.
endurance wasn't there. So when
So
y'all are
that's not
talking
his
about he
best.
got to
So that's not his best.
It is his best to this
Where
point.
was his effort?
It's the best to this point.
Nah.
This is
No,
the
man.
best that he had. He didn't have the teammates. He wasn't
No.
healthy enough to be
Them
able
the
to
same
compete.
teammates that got him there, Lou.
Hey,
No, they were on his back all the way there.
you know what Spike told me last week? He said he started a new business. He a bail bondsman.
right.
That's it right
He
there.
a bail bondsman.
All right.
Y'all are crazy.
Hold that
man.
thought.
Y'all-
Hold that
y'all-
thought. Hold
y'all-
that thought. Because let's go to the other guy, Kyrie Irving.
Oh gosh.
Averaged less than 15 points per game when playing in Boston during the final series. He had great games in Dallas.
Yeah.
And you know, are these Boston games an outlier or is he falling
Nah,
off? But
fuck that.
more importantly, though, when you say that nobody showed up and that he was doing his best and that the teammates didn't come along, just before the series started, why in the hell did you pick Dallas to win in 5 or whatever you picked?
I thought they would win.
Why?
I didn't
Based
know
off
Kyrie,
Who did? Why?
I didn't know Luka was unhealthy as he was, and I did not know that the others.
You said
the
that
others,
they
the
were the
people-
2 best players
They were.
in the series,
They are.
and you were going to put
I
your
said
money
that.
on the.
I said it too. I was wrong.
I still believe they're the 2 best players in this series. But as the FIFO says, I didn't know the others would not show up as they did, and I didn't know that Luka was
No.
unhealthy.
The 2 best
Luka was
players in the
unhealthy.
series,
Well,
the 2
Luka
best
and
players
Kyrie.
are able or should be able to get you the series because
they're
they
healthy.
make
They should've got
everybody
healthy.
better.
Ken, if
Luka
they
makes
healthy,
everybody better
Luka
with
can
his
win-
triple
Luka
doubles
can
and
get
all
you
the
a
other
game by
shit.
himself.
if he healthy.
And did Luka get a game by himself? No.
No.
He did.
No, he did not.
Spike,
No,
let
game-
me be your realty broker, bro. Let me be your realty broker. The reality of what the situation was with this series is that we have uncovered and learned some new things about all players involved. And we're talking about Kyrie, so that's where I'm going to stay. What we learned about Kyrie, there is a mental block about Boston.
It is.
Ever since he's left,
I agree with
he
that.
has struggled there. I thought
He
going
tries
into
too
the
hard.
series,
He tries too hard in Boston.
I can't even say that's what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know
I don't
what
see
it
that
is.
either.
What I deduce from watching is, and also the regular season, and also since he's left Boston, is that there is some type of mental block there. He cannot perform his best there. Going into the series, knowing what I know about Kyrie, I thought he was going to use that to springboard him to great games in Boston. Did not happen. Right? So I deduce that there is a mental roadblock there, and it's not a physical thing. Now, I saw, Drew Holiday, I call him the consummate defensive professional, right? And he did his damn thing. But at the end of the day, offense always beats defense. And Kyrie struggled mightily in Boston. So that's what I saw. Also, in terms of Kyrie, he getting older. Like I saw that too. Still an amazing offensive talent, but he's getting older. Another thing too about Kyrie is I feel mentally he wasn't as dialed in as he was the previous series. Now, it could be,
And Edwards, bro.
Edwards saying, hey, I got Kyrie, and, he put a battery in his back.
Yeah.
I just know as a competitor, when I see a dude like Drew Holiday, all team defense, my mentality is I'm going at you. And the thing is that Drew Holiday was there for the challenge, and in my opinion, Drew Holiday won that battle. If Kyrie is the Kyrie that we know, and what do I always say, Ken? All-stars and superstars got to do what in the playoffs? Elevate their game. Mm-hmm. Kyrie ain't do that in the finals. And this is the first time that we've seen Kyrie in a big spot not play bigger than the moment. So it is what it is. But it's not going to get better for Kyrie. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Vivo, I was, when I was reflecting back, I was really disappointed in your analysis because you're the basketball guy on the team, on the panel. Mm-hmm. And throughout Boston's run, you always said that they need a point guard. Mm-hmm. And they finally got Drew Holiday. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the weaknesses. Even when they got him, you were talking glowingly about him. But yet you still went away from your basketball acumen, your analysis, and picked Dallas. And you didn't even really analyze the matchup problems that Boston could have presented to Dallas as well.
So, okay. My thing is this, why I picked Dallas, and y'all could go back and rewatch the film. For me going into it, Kyrie and Luka were hotter going into the series. Again, I felt that Kyrie was going to use Boston as a springboard to overcome his demons from Boston, which he didn't. And I didn't believe in Jason Tatum in big spots. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, on this telecast, was Jason Tatum didn't have a direct comp in this matchup. So if he had a mediocre game, it was fine. He didn't have to have a spectacular game because he didn't have a direct matchup in this series. All that being said, Ken, I went with the hotter duo going in. And I felt that Kyrie would have been that X factor because of the history with Boston, because I thought he was going to look at Drew and be like, I'm going to go at this dude. I know he's all team second team defense the same way, even though Edwards said something and put a battery in his back. Great players, you don't always got to say something. I know what I've been there, done that. I'm going to do what I do.
Right.
And he just didn't. Like he faltered. It is what it is, Ken. I think I picked against Boston because for a very long time now, at least 2-3 seasons, I have not believed in them from a mentality standpoint. Now, this is the easiest road that they have had in the last 3 seasons to win a championship. But you still gotta play and beat the people that are in front of you, and they did that. I just didn't trust them. Now, here's the thing: moving forward, because they have the championship medal now, I do trust them a little bit more. But I would love to see Jason Tatum have to go up against a LeBron, go up against a Kawhi, go up against a KD, go up against a direct matchup where now you got to be that guy. Because he didn't have to be that guy for them to win, which is okay. You got a championship. Can't nobody take that away. But, again, long story short, I picked the hotter duo going into the series.
Well, you know that hot shooting doesn't carry over from series to series, and two, the only person they didn't have the experience.
True.
And you talked about learning lessons and failures help you when you come back. And Boston had all of those advantages, and there was a lot of reporting with them saying that we've learned. They worked on their body, their condition. They were really motivated when they lost Game 7, and they felt like that was their moment. And this offseason, they put in a lot of work, and they were mentally prepared. Like, I get anybody not believing in them because they haven't given much for people to believe in. But, the reporting was all there. Plus, they had the experience where Luka never been there, and none of those other guys have been there before. And they were coming off a series probably where they were overconfident. And then, and we're going to talk about Jason Kidd. Like, Jason Kidd got a lot of hype, and praise from us. And he got outclassed by the second youngest coach to ever win a finals. And Kyrie just, we spent a lot of time praising Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that he was going to get whatever he want. That Spike just knew he was going to light him up.
Well, not get whatever he wants. Like Kyrie generates his own separation. It's not like it was going to be given to him. We know that the way Kyrie plays, he earns every bucket he gets. It's not an easy thing.
He's a wizard.
He is, but he's going to go manufacture.
Trick's gone, bro.
And he did it. And here's the thing that I'm concerned with Dallas, Ken, is that all of the things we said about Luka's conditioning. Is he going to take this beating and get better? The great ones do. We shall see if Luka does. We don't know. That's a question. Also, Kyrie is getting older and the others aren't that great. Mm-hmm. So how do they get better for next year? Because here's the thing. We talked about OKC not going as far as some other people predicted, even though they finished number 1. They were too young. They can maybe make the finals, but if they lose one more year before going that far, I'm okay with that because they're still on that trajectory because they have so much talent, right? But OKC is going to be better.
You pick them over Dallas next year?
Hell yeah. They got way more talent. Way more talent.
And they got the experience. They didn't have the
experience.
experience.
They didn't have the experience.
Dallas had the experience.
Exactly.
And they had the experience in the West Conference Finals, and Minnesota did not.
Y'all really disrespecting Dallas. That's crazy.
Bro, what?
Beyond Luka and Kyrie, what are they?
To the finals, though.
Oh,
Beyond
Jesus
Luka and
Christ.
Kyrie, what are they?
So did Denver, bro.
They have money
Bro,
and
Spike,
cap
stop.
space to
Denver
make
went
their
to the
team
finals,
better.
bro.
Yeah, last year, Ken.
Right.
This year, they got beat.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But what
So,
I'm saying,
if
no,
I got
what
Kyrie
you're
Irving-
saying is that we're
So
talking
you-
about a team that went to.
Wait. He's saying we're supposed to respect Dallas for getting to the finals, but we're not supposed to respect Boston for winning the finals?
Yes.
That's what he said.
No. I'm saying going into next year, I have more faith in Dallas than I would in Boston.
Why?
After
You're
they
crazy.
won.
Why?
Oh, why?
Kyrie
I don't
Irving is falling
believe-
off, bro.
I believe more in the 1-2 in Dallas than I do in the 1-2
What?
in Boston.
What's
Well, you know
who's
what?
the two?
Wait, hold on, Ken.
Who's the two?
You can have the 1 and 2 in Dallas. Boston got 4.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
They got 4 guys.
Okay, that's
Two
fine.
all defensive
No,
teams.
don't even talk about
Can I
Boston.
even
Talk about the
depend?
West, bro.
Yeah, the
Don't
other
e-
teams.
yeah,
They-
talk
they
about
gotta
the
get
West.
back through that gauntlet
They got to
again.
get through that.
Yeah, that
OKC is
gauntlet.
a better team. Denver's a better team.
You ain't sneaking up on nobody.
Yeah, y'all are telling me this in the sense of y'all don't think that Dallas is going to go out and get better.
I'm telling you, no.
We don't
Free
know
agents
that.
out there, they
I don't know.
are.
We'll see.
They're going
But-
to go
but-
out and get better.
Spike.
Since when
Spike.
have they gotten a free agent? Wait, Ken. Hold on, Ken.
Kyrie Irving was
No,
a
they
free
traded
agent.
for him. Since when did they sign a free agent,
so they can
Spike?
trade too.
They
Who
made
they
all the
traded?
trades.
Who they
We're
traded?
gonna get
Paul George. There we go.
I know-
You know what I'm talking about. There we
I know
go.
it's coming.
Like, what are we talking about, bro?
We're talking about a Kyrie Irving that's getting older, that's falling off. That
Kyrie
was
Irving is 32 years
He
old.
was inconsistent in the playoffs. He only got hyped because of Anthony Edwards. I'm gonna keep saying this shit because he said he heard what Anthony Edwards said. The man played amazing. He played inspired.
Yeah, he put
But
them
we-
moccasins on.
But here's the other thing, and in that series, they got a lot of freaking lob dunks and shit like that. Bro, they didn't get that shit. So
Boston took all that away.
If I'm a team in the West and all I know is Kyrie Irving falling off, we just gonna wear him out. Luka's only gonna do so much, and I take away these lob dunks. What the fuck are they gonna do, bro?
I'm going to have another option next year because I have
Who is the
money to
option?
spend. I don't know.
Paul George.
But I'll go again and say Paul George. But Ken, y'all act like Boston can get a much better than they did.
No, we're talking
This
about
was-
Dallas
this-
and the West.
this
Forget
was-
Boston.
okay.
This isn't about Boston.
This was 5 games of Dallas having a bad series. If I had to go into next season and say, if you give me bad series, if I'm going into next season and you say I got Luka and I got Kyrie or I got JB and I got Jason Tatum, give me Luka and Kyrie.
Why was it a bad series? What made it a bad series?
Bad coaching. Jason Kidd wasn't ready for this. The lobs that Ken was talking about that wasn't there.
So you
I can
thought
give
he was
it-
taking
wait,
away?
and let me finish. If I can get a better third option than PJ Washington, absolutely, I'm going to be better, bro.
Okay,
that?
wait, hold on.
Everybody,
Hold on.
I don't
Let-
know. I'm not their GM, Shelton.
let's
I don't
dissect-
know. I don't get
let's
paid to do
dissect
this
the
shit.
words
But I
coming out of
will
Spike's
tell
mouth
you,
right
there's a better option than PJ Washington.
Wait. Look, I do not disagree with you
bad series.
that the third option, fourth option, fifth option
shouldn't be PJ
Wait.
Washington.
Hold on, Spike. Let's dissect the words coming out of your mouth. I do not disagree with you. From 3 down,
Yeah.
they don't compete.
Terrible.
Wait, hold on. They don't compete.
Terrible.
Right?
Right.
Kyrie Irving is going to be a year older, and we know that Kyrie Irving has degraded. Wait, hold on, listen. We know Kyrie Irving has degraded because of all of the attrition of the injuries over the course of the years. He's not as quick as he once was. He is older. He's still one of the best guards in the league. Don't take nothing away from you, right? But I can also question Kyrie's effort defensively. Now, it wasn't as bad as Luka, but it was still not as good as it was the previous series. That is not coaching. Right. That is self-inflicted. And that's it.
Cool.
When I look at Luka, not conditioned.
Cool.
Didn't make smart plays defensively.
This season.
This series.
Going into
this
the offseason.
Series. Wait. No, Spike. We have to stay here in the moment. Because you're talking about something that has not happened yet, and we don't know. And
y'all are pretending like
you're
this
Spike
can't
Lee, not
happen,
Miss
though.
Cleo.
You can.
You're not Miss Cleo, so we don't know what's going to happen. Now we can make
I was saying the same shit that you were saying about Kyrie and Luka last year as Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That's my whole point. You're saying these things about them now. I was saying the same things about the Celtics last year.
So was I.
They got better and they won a championship.
Here's the difference.
Why can't Dallas be able to?
Because here's the difference. Because the Celtics have been way more dominant for far longer than this Dallas team.
And pause.
Dallas made the playoffs last year.
Pause right there. Why have they been dominant, Ken?
Brad Stevens.
No.
Oh, who?
Brad Stevens.
No, they've been dominant because they have shown as an organization we are willing to move off of people and make the right moves for the team.
Yeah.
And dominant in the sense they got to a lot of Eastern Conference finals.
And they've always gotten better. We can't say the same about Dallas.
Has been consistently there too, brother.
Where?
They went to the Western Conference Finals the year before that.
But
what
they
are y'all
They made the
talking
playoffs
about?
last year, though. They're not consistent.
They went to the Western Conference Finals before.
But
that.
you're talking 2
Kyrie.
years ago. You're talking 2 years
before
ago.
Kyrie was
Yeah,
there.
they sucked
What
last
did
year.
Dallas do? What did Boston do 2 years
They
ago?
lost in the
They went to the
Conference Finals,
finals.
didn't they? Yeah.
They've either been to the
That-
conference finals or
that's
the
what they
NBA
did.
finals.
That's what they did with a broke down hurt Jason
Y'all
Tatum.
are acting like this is so far fetched.
Spike,
Y'all just
look,
seeing Boston
Spike,
do this.
Spike.
Boston
We're
has gone
just saying
through
they're not
struggles.
close. We're just saying they're not close. Dallas
They
is
are
not,
close,
No, they're
though.
not.
Where?
Dallas has not drafted outside of Luka a guy. They have not signed a free agent. So as an organization, they're not run the same way Boston is. I can honestly say, look, there's about 3 organizations that I would say are ran the best in the whole NBA. OKC, Boston and Golden State.
I can't even say Golden State.
Well, but over the last 10 years, they have. Over the last 10 years, they have.
You got to get it.
No, they put 3 people.
Look,
in place
Dallas
that
was
had to score that
overmatched and outclassed, and
They were.
and that was just it. And they didn't
what it
play.
was.
They couldn't play defense, and they couldn't guard anybody.
And their 2 best players didn't elevate.
Yes,
That's fine.
And here's the thing, though, Spike.
So, I don't
Me
know
and
how-
you agreed that going into the series, we felt that Luka and Kyrie were going to elevate. They didn't. Why? Because it wasn't the other. Because here's the thing. I always give praise to the star players when they play well in the midst of whatever fuckery that's happening on their squad.
Look, we talked highly of Kyrie.
And we talked highly about LeBron last year when they got swept by Denver. He had a 40-point triple-double. Fuck else you want from the man? I could say how much more I want from Luka. I could say how much more I wanted from Kyrie. It did not feel like they left it all on the table. It felt like their effort was not there. It did not feel like I got 3 good games from the both of them.
And even if the
That's
effort
an
was there,
issue.
I still don't think they could have won this matchup.
See, I agree with that, but I don't agree with that.
Why?
I agree with what you're saying. Maybe the effort wasn't there.
What
Maybe-
advantages
Maybe
did
they
Dallas
do need a
have?
better team, but I don't think that going into next year that you're going to have that same problem. Just like what we were saying with Boston, the same things that you're saying about Dallas right now, I said about Boston last year. The effort wasn't there. The key players didn't show up. Okay, of course. Now, I do believe that Dallas is the organization that can get people around these 2 talented superstars that they have,
Why?
and they can compete.
Why do you
wouldn't
believe
they be able?
because they have
Who's
not
going to
because they
stop
have not
them?
shown it.
Here's the
They
thing.
showed it
Spike.
when they got Kyrie.
No.
Luka went to the
Spike.
Western Conference Finals by himself.
Here's what. Well, Jalen Brunson was there, but here's what they did Once they didn't make the playoffs last year, they got lively. They went out and got pieces to fit what Dallas is now.
Proving my point.
And that roster was
They didn't
good
know,
enough.
Ken, they didn't know that wasn't good enough to this day to beat the Celtics. They went and made improvements. They seen where they were
got
able
hot
to
is
go
what they
with what
did.
they
Yeah.
had, and they made the improvements, and now they're in the
They honestly
finals.
shouldn't have beaten Denver. I mean,
But they did.
I'm sorry.
Minnesota.
They shouldn't have been Minnesota.
Yeah, you're right, but
they
they
shouldn't
did.
have beaten
But they did.
Minnesota.
But they did.
Yeah, they did. But and that's because they were hot and Kyrie was motivated.
And
But-
Ant wasn't ready.
Yeah, and Ant wasn't ready this time.
Wasn't ready.
So man, I don't know. I think at its core though, the one guy that we was on here talking about highly, Kyrie Irving, was a no-show. Same energy. He has to be called out. He was nowhere to be found. And in Game 5, Kyrie had 5 points in Game 5, and Luka had 9. And Luka got 4 of those points in the free throw line, I believe, when it was going into halftime. They did not show up even in Game 5. And neither did they didn't show up until the fourth quarter when Kyrie finally started hitting shots. Kyrie was extremely disappointing.
Yes.
In the finals.
Yes.
The Mets scored more runs than Kyrie scored points.
The who?
The Mets scored more runs.
Who are the Mets?
That's what there you go. That's my point.
So he didn't do his part. I still don't think it would have been enough. Because I think the others and the way Boston plays with these threes,
But I don't think it would have been a gentleman's sweep either.
I don't think it would. They probably would
no.
at least 6,
Yeah.
maybe 7.
And the rest of the team plays off of that. When you
100.
see Kyrie confident, that elevates the play of a PJ Washington. That
And
elevates
Isaiah
the
Lyman.
play of
Yep.
all those other guys. It makes them step up more. Derrick Jones played horrible, which ain't no surprise.
Derrick Jones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he elevates when he sees the other guys comfortable. It makes it more difficult for them to key in on him, and he can get off a little bit. So, yeah, it probably wouldn't have been a gentleman's sweep. It would have been a lot closer.
I have a lot more expectations out of Kyrie and Luka than I do out of JB and Jason Tatum next year. Even after winning the championship.
This is why he don't put his money. This is why he don't bet.
Don't bet no more.
How they gonna come out of the West, bro?
Because they got Jason Tatum. Excuse
Nope.
me, because they got Kyrie Irving and Luka.
Nah.
Luka the best
Paul
player in the
George.
West.
Arguably, it's not definitive.
It's not definitive.
No, you got Joker over there, too. Joker's
Exactly.
still there.
But Luka's still one of
Joker,
the best players in the West.
and Shea.
I've known the
SGA
Mavericks
still there?
since I've been alive. I've known the Mavericks to be able to make moves to be able to compete.
I just don't see the move, bro.
Who?
He don't know.
Throughout history, they've made moves. I don't know.
Jason Terry.
No,
Sean
I'm not a
Marion.
GM, bro.
No, but I can tell you though. I can tell you the moves that they made.
PJ Washington and Gafford, those the moves. They made great moves this year. They really did. I give them
They
credit
made,
this
they
year.
made the move to get Kyrie.
Yeah, they did.
That's the reason. That's the reason they're in the
agree.
finals.
I agree with you,
That's
but
what I'm
there's
saying.
no.
So
there's
they have a precedence, like
But-
you're saying.
but I'm
who-
saying
But do you
there's
think
no-
that
there's
they're
no
the best
Kyrie out
precedent
there
though?
now, though.
They
Wait,
have
hold
the
on,
precedence to
hold on,
do that.
Hold on, hold on.
Spike, you know they've been to the finals 3 times and they've only won once.
Okay,
Why you talking about this team
Thank
like
you.
they
that's
just go out and
good
win?
though, Ken. What we saying? That ain't bad.
No.
They got a
Who
target
else-
on their back now.
So you
Lou.
think when the Commanders lost 4 Super Bowls, you think that's good?
They ain't lose. You talking about the Bills lost 4 Super Bowls?
No, the Bills. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Commanders ain't
The
lost
Bills.
4 Super Bowls. Yeah, but that was good too.
Spike,
Shit.
Spike. Be
I was
objective.
alive during the era, Ken.
Spike.
You know how good the fucking Bills were, Ken. Stop.
Spike, be objective here. How is the roster at today? Because we don't know what moves are going to happen in the offseason today.
yes.
Is the OKC roster better or worse than Dallas?
OKC roster is better.
Okay. Is the Denver roster better or worse than Dallas?
The Denver roster is better.
Is the Lakers roster better or
No.
worse?
worse?
No.
Okay. Are the Clippers roster better or worse?
Nope. No. No.
Clippers got issues.
Hey, you know how I felt. Is Minnesota better or worse?
It might be a matchup problem for
Yeah,
Dallas.
I would take
for Minnesota.
if it were a playoff series next season. I don't know what moves were being made between either one of the two teams, and you got to tell me. I know the best players are going to be there: Anthony Edwards, Cat, Luka, and Kyrie. I would take Luka and Kyrie over Anthony Edwards and Cat next year
In a rematch.
in a rematch. I would take
Is
Shit,
Boston's
Minnesota whooping their
roster
ass.
better or worse?
Boston's is better.
Okay.
That's their trump card though.
Is Philly better or worse?
Worse. because all I know that they got is Embiid.
Dallas had a good
What's
run
it?
this year.
Tyrese Maxey is he legitified himself.
He not
this year.
better than Kyrie or Luka though.
Shit.
I would take him today
Over
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Shit.
Today.
Yeah.
That shit.
Kyrie old, bro.
Like Kyrie's a greater player. Like for his career.
Y'all are speaking,
but today
y'all are speaking for the long term though, right? Y'all are not speaking.
I'm talking about like
in
from
a
here
series.
moving forward.
Right.
If they were standing in
Right.
front of me right now, I'm
you-
taking Maxey. As they are today.
I agree.
Because you would expect him to play how many more years?
Because
Because Maxey's
Not
a
just in the series, though,
because
right?
Maxey's a bigger, faster athlete,
Right.
right? Over Kyrie, and
Listen, man.
he's younger, so therefore he's more spry on the court. We seen Maxey go up and down. He not gonna get tired like Kyrie get tired, bro.
No, and we've seen
That's
Maxey take
true.
over.
He's just younger.
Later.
However, if we talk about 7 games versus 7 years, I'm taking Kyrie.
What? Based on what?
Yeah, based on what? Because this finals
Skill.
this finals didn't
Skill
prove
set.
nothing.
No. Based on what you just saw?
Based off skill set,
No.
and based off experience. If I got to go,
Where did that help him at in Dallas, Spike? Where did that help him out in the finals, Spike?
Ken, when did Philly go home?
No.
though? That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
If
I
Philly,
understand.
Maxey
if Philly
looked
had
amazing.
Kyrie, they would have been in the finals.
Hell no.
Embiid was hurt in that series, by the way.
If they had Kyrie, they would have been in the finals.
Absolutely
No.
not.
Oh,
They wouldn't even make the
How?
playoffs.
Their
They wouldn't have made the
problem
playoffs.
wasn't
Maxey is a great
Maxey
player.
wasn't the problem.
And if we're talking about 7 years versus 7 games, give me Maxey. Y'all are right. But if we're talking about 7 games, I'm taking Kyrie over Maxey all
Based
day.
off of what we saw this postseason, Tyrese Maxey had a better overall and I know there's only one series, but he had a better postseason.
I don't even see how that's possible. When one team went
Kyrie had a
one team
better
went to the
Western
finals.
Conference Finals series than Maxey. I want to
Kyrie
say
hooped all
he
through
was
the
he was
playoffs.
electric.
Y'all are dismissing.
Now,
what
I'm gonna
he
give him
did.
that.
Kyrie hooped all through the playoffs.
No,
No,
Tyrese,
he did
no,
not.
he did not.
No, he didn't.
No, he
He
did not.
struggled
It was
most
only
of
the
his
Western
playoffs.
Conference Finals, bro.
Yeah, he struggled. He struggled until he got to.
Y'all are telling me that he didn't have nobody else on his team other than Luka, and he didn't play until the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, he
however,
struggled.
they made it to the finals. How is that possible?
I'm telling
They
you,
led the league in alley-oops.
yes, I'm telling you that whenever Kyrie played well, they had a better chance of winning. When he had good
Kyrie
games
struggled.
against, when he
Bruh,
had good games.
listen, man.
As a matter of fact, when he had good games against OKC, is when those were some of the games that they were winning.
If Tyrese Maxey played for the Mavericks, they would have got out in the first round.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would have.
All
Because it was
man.
just like Brunson.
Why are we even doing this? This man is, bro. You need to go watch.
I'm
some YouTube.
gold for this show. That's what I
Jesus Christ. But no, I think that Kyrie had an amazing Western Conference Finals. You know, he had some good games in OKC, but he just
He's getting older. And the
I
thing,
think he's
and
falling off, bro.
You know what it is, Ken? Luka can't save Kyrie the way Braun saved Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I have an issue with Luka not putting forth the effort defensively, because when LeBron and Kyrie play together, and this is a younger Kyrie, we always knew Kyrie couldn't necessarily guard.
Maybe it was just Boston. Maybe I'm judging, being a little too harsh on Kyrie.
Look, Ken, Boston is a major factor of it. But again, I don't give a damn what the matchup is. You are a great player. You are an elite level player. Like Kyrie's still an elite level player. You should be able to elevate your game, even if it's not all 7 games, because Kyrie's no longer a superstar. Like his superstar window was very, 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 very small. He's been an all-star level player with superstar moments. And Kyrie, throughout the playoffs, especially in the finals, was not able to elevate to that level. You said 15 points a game in Boston. You're not going to win no games in Boston. Kyrie averaged 15, bro. He need at minimum 25.
What happened to Kyrie in Boston?
He was trying too hard. He was trying too
What
hard.
about so them 11 games in the regular season since he left? That was that.
He's
too?
always been trying too hard when he went to Boston.
Okay.
I think that's the thing. And even in the finals, he didn't have the team to help him overcome trying too hard. I had to be number 2. I had to put up however many shots. The shots weren't going in. I lost my confidence, and now it's all on Luka. That's why they lost those
No,
games.
you can't lose confidence.
He did though. We seen it.
I don't think it was a loss of confidence.
He had a good game 3, and it didn't even matter, bro. He had a good game 3 in Dallas. It didn't fucking matter. They still lost the game. Still lost the game.
He did. Luka didn't show up though.
Luka's numbers was all right. He fouled out. He
It was one of
just-
the worst games Luka's ever played in his
He
life.
fouled
He
out.
missed a bunch of threes, and he didn't play
He
well
made
at all.
some.
And
like,
Kyrie
he-
tried to save him,
It
but
was bad officiating, and it was some of the dumbest stuff that Luka's ever done.
That was Luka's
bad
dumb ass.
officiating. Ken, come on.
no, it wasn't.
Game 3,
No,
the
Luka.
blocking foul, and
Luka,
all
that,
of
bro, that was
bad.
all Luka, bro.
It was on him, but it was still bad officiating.
No, it wasn't.
Nah, it was
Officiating was
that,
fine.
that was Luka. Luka had. Let me see how many turnovers.
Y'all
he had.
wanted
I can honestly
Y'all,
say
well, all of y'all wanted Boston to win. I want
No,
everybody to know.
not
there's
at
people
all.
from a place
I
that they
picked
wanted
Dallas.
Boston to win.
I picked
Because
Tatum's the only
game
one that-
three,
that beat
game
Boston.
3 was really bad officiating.
Nah.
Now I'm not saying that
I didn't
that
want
block-
Luka to win the title.
The blocking
'cause
foul,
I-
absolutely,
it
that
would've
was
been nauseating.
that was insane by Luka to even put himself
Look,
in that position.
I could care less. The only Boston team I really liked was the, and I hated when they got KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce, because I messed with KG and Ray Allen, but I really messed with KG, so I had to root for him.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't care about Boston, but I damn sure they want Luka to win.
But that's why you say it wasn't bad officiating, Ken.
No, no.
Game 3 was terrible officiating.
I don't
Like Luka,
Would it affect-
even though I don't agree with what Luka did and how he addressed it as a superstar, go out there and play, quit bitching, quit making everything hold up because you got something to say about every call. I do not agree with any of that. All of that was wrong. However, I still do believe that the officiating was bad. However, that's not upon Luka to try to reconcile that. That's on Jason Kidd. That's on whoever else it is to figure that out. But he was bitching way too much, and that's why they lost that game. And he made dumb decisions. He put himself in that position with a blocking foul to foul out with the last foul of the game. That was dumb. That was on him. But I still believe that game, it was bad officiating. It was bullshit. Like, he should have been crying about it, but he's too much of a superstar to cry about it.
All right.
all superstars cry.
Yeah, because
superstars
Tatum was
cry.
crying.
All of them do.
Jordan did, Kobe did,
All of them do, bro.
they all
Tatum
did.
But you
cried.
would admit, though, that was a little egregious what
No, it
Luka was
wasn't.
doing
It
in
wasn't.
game 3.
No,
What?
it wasn't.
That shit
No.
was crazy. I looked at that. I was looking at that game like, bro, come on, bro. Like, get back.
No,
on
that's what he
defense.
always does. He does. He's consistent.
Well, he got to fix that.
Yeah,
He got to fix that.
I doubt it.
That's one of the things, and I appreciate Windhurst for calling him out on that. Like, usually reporters don't do that. Like, if Luka wants to be successful in this league, he got to fix that. Like, this shit being so personal to him, where I feel like I got to call out everything that I felt like was an injustice, and I'm gonna waste my time and not get up court. Like, you got to fix that, bro. Like, you can't depend on that.
What
shit
was that
in order-
called?
Huh?
What's that called right there?
Bitch assness.
Effort. It's just effort.
Whatever you call it, I agree with you. I'm not saying that he was right in the situation. I'm saying he was very much wrong. You have to overcome that as a superstar, though.
No, 100%.
So we're on the same page.
But shout them out for getting that though. Dallas deserves credit. Jason Kidd does, especially for me.
He got
Just for
outcoached
getting
in
there.
the series.
He did, but just to get there, once again, I didn't expect him to be there.
He got our coach in what way?
What Boston was doing to stop the lobs, what Boston was doing to stop Kyrie and Luka from being as effective as they had been throughout the rest of the playoffs, I think that was strictly on Missoula, and also one of the very low-key signings that they had of, is it Jeff or Stan? Whichever one of them worked for the Celtics now, I think it's Jeff. Van Gundy, because he
Yeah.
got fired from ESPN.
Yeah.
That was very pivotal because I think that had a lot to do with the defense that the Celtics played and were able to stop.
And he just signed with the Clippers to be the,
Was that
the
Stan
lead.
or was it
Jeff?
Jeff. It's Jeff.
So this is where I disagree with you.
And I'll add to that, too.
Number one, Missoula has way more options offensively and defensively than J. Kidd did.
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, what got Dallas to the playoffs, got Dallas through the playoffs, was one-on-one basketball. There was some, I can't remember when I said it, but there was a stat that Luka and Kyrie were both in the top 10 in isolation basketball efficiency. You know what I'm saying? So both of those guys, their games are one-on-one. What happened is that they ran into a team that have multiple players that could guard those two guys.
Switching and yep.
So there wasn't much that J. Kidd could have done to change the outcome much, because he wasn't working with as much as Missoula was working with.
Yeah, Lively. What is he? PJ Washington. All of them benefit off of what Luka and Kyrie are able to do based on their one-on-one matchups, and that's why you see a lot of the lobs. And again, I go back to this Indiana series, and I think you have to look at the way that offense is designed, the way it's constructed. And I watched it. It's amazing. It's crazy to watch because it looked like shit shouldn't work and all these guys shouldn't shoot. But you go from having to guard 4 to 5 people to just 2.
Yep, and you know the reason why came. So before the Boston Mavs series started, me and my brother and my homie Nigel, we were talking about Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox, and Kyrie Irving. All of that said to say, with Tyrese Halliburton, the reason why Indiana doesn't have as much talent as Boston, but they were in a lot more games than what Dallas was because they have a pure point guard. Luka's not a pure point guard. Luka is a big motherfucker that plays point because he dominates the ball. Tyrese, on the other hand, gets you 20 points and he gets you 11 assists efficiently. So by him getting his 20 and him getting you 11 assists, that constitutes for a minimum of 42 points a game. And he led the league in assist to turnover ratio. So not only am I getting buckets, I'm getting my other guys buckets, and I'm not giving you buckets. Look at Luka on the other hand. I'm getting me buckets. I give y'all buckets when I can't get a bucket. I'm not necessarily always setting y'all up. It's just I'm getting double team. I'm gonna throw the skip pass. You know what I'm saying? And then he's a high turnover guy. So it nullifies some of the greatness that Luka has on the court offensively, where Tyrese doesn't hurt you in that way. So that right there is my definition of the difference of a guy that plays point versus a pure point guard. We don't have a lot of pure point guards left in the league. There are a lot of combo guards. Tyrese Maxey is not a pure point guard.
Yeah,
he's a combo guard. He can go get buckets. He plays with athleticism. He plays with a lot of fervor. But Tyrese Halliburton, pure point guard. He's one of the few left. But that's the difference.
Is he though?
Tyrese? Yeah. You know what, Shelton? Here's the thing. You think pure point guard and you're thinking not 80s, 90s, because that's the era we grew up watching basketball, right? He's the new version of a pure point guard. Because he does shoot a lot more than what a pure...
Did he lead him in scoring?
If it wasn't him, it was who the big man?
Miles Turner?
Yeah.
Who's another example of one other than Halliburton?
A pure point guard?
It's tough because he led them in scoring. That's why I say that's kind of what keeps him, because he's a score first guard.
Yeah, but he doesn't take a lot of shots either, though.
Siakam led them in score.
Siakam? Okay.
Yeah, and then Halliburton was second, 21 and 18.
Was he there?
And then Turner was at 17 a game.
Let me see how we can get there. Was he there all year?
Nah, midway.
Yeah, midway. I mean, if you don't want to discredit that, you can.
Is Fox?
Fox is a score first point guard to me.
Yeah, he scored first.
Because he's up and down.
He's in the top 2 scoring too.
Yep.
A pure point guard looks to pass first. He's not
Who's
going to be in
yours?
the top 2 in
who's your
scoring.
example
Let me
then?
look through this list.
Without looking through the list off the top of your head, who you
Off
say?
the top of my head,
That's tough.
I got
Darius Garland.
He's not a pure point guard.
What about
He would be more so than anybody else because he looks to pass first.
What about Brunson?
Brunson
not a pure
absolutely
point
not.
guard.
Yeah,
He's
Brunson
a score
definitely
first.
is not a.
Score first.
Which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's
being
not.
a combo guard.
This
It's
NBA
just-
is different. I'm trying to think. Mike Conley is a pure point guard.
What LaMelo Ball is supposed to be is a pure point guard.
I don't know if we have him anymore, Shelton.
There's not many.
We
There's
don't.
only
That's
a
why I
handful.
asked, because I can't think of like.
There's only Mike Conley because he's still a starting point
Mike
guard.
Conley would be
But that's
the best.
That's the last.
He old school.
No, I
he is
agree.
old school.
I agree. I'm going through the Rolodex of my head. There's not many.
I have to look because I'm telling you, there's no way to.
It's not a lot.
What Cade Cunningham is supposed to be is that, but then he scores a lot too.
He a forward.
Yeah, but he's like Luka though.
Yeah,
He's their point guard.
but he's a point forward, right?
Are you saying Luka's a point forward? If Luka's a point forward,
Who you
then I
said?
say Cade is.
Cade, no, absolutely not.
Cade
Cade
is a
is a
point
straight
guard?
guard. He's
Point
been
guard.
a guard his whole life. Yeah, he's a guard. He
He's
guards
just-
the
I was
other
asking.
guards.
I'm not
Bigger
putting
body.
it on him.
It's just he has a bigger body.
And he's not even big enough to be a forward. Even he would be a combo guard more than anything else.
Yeah, he's definitely a combo. No, it's not. It's not many.
Yeah, it's not.
Lonzo when he's healthy.
Lonzo when he's healthy.
He's a pure point. Pass first. I'd rather give 15 assists than 10 points. Like that's Lonzo's game.
There's not many on this list whatsoever.
Well,
Shit,
let's
Markel
go.
Fultz now by default. He can't shoot.
Let's go from the MNBA to the WNBA. In particular, Fever, Sky. The Fever defeated the Sky 91-83, but the takeaway was, of course, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Are they the Magic and Bird for the WNBA? And will this be enough to carry on for years?
No.
Moving forward.
I don't know if y'all saw the article that I sent y'all. Even though the WNBA is off to a historic start that they've never had, they are still projected to be in the whole $50+ million this season. So, can they be the new Bird and Magic? Yes, they can be. But I don't know if it saves the league, because if this season the WNBA is in a whole $50 million still,
And they've lost money every single year of existence.
I think 28, 29 years of
the
existence.
NBA is basically paying for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If this isn't a season where they even get closer to breaking even, I don't know how or when that happens, and that's an issue.
I do know that they are, and this is just based on what I'm seeing, y'all, so don't jump on me. When I open the apps, when I open Apple News, when I open all this stuff, I see Caitlin Clark, I see even Angel Reese. I don't see any of these other stars y'all talking about. They buried deep. Aja Wilson.
It's not true.
Maybe it's my algorithm spike, because they
You can
barely
look at
write.
TV and see Aja Wilson commercials stuff.
I'm talking about what media propaganda
that's
and
what it
marketing is
is.
pushing out to people.
That's what they're pushing.
That is what gets people to the games.
Correct.
So yeah, Aja Wilson is probably the best player in WNBA.
She is.
She's not covered.
No.
And
never
a casual person, if I'm opening Apple News and I'm scrolling through there to see what's going on, I'm only seeing Caitlin, and I'm seeing Angel Reese did something to Caitlin.
That's it.
But even Angel Reese is giving him more coverage, and she's playing well as a rookie for her position. You know, hell, there's another rookie, Aaliyah Boston. Ain't she a rookie?
No,
on
it's a second year.
A second year, okay. Well, but she had a good game. They don't ever talk about her.
No.
You know, but this is what they're pushing. So I understand why Nick put the question in here, because they are bringing eyeballs in. It just has to turn to revenue.
Yep.
And that is the thing. So,
But Ken, this is also
and Caitlin had a good game that
She did.
game. Yeah.
But this is also why we were talking about last week why you put Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the USA team, because now
100%.
from a financial perspective, it may not impact this season, but it impacts the WNBA as a whole down the road. So I understand what Jalen was saying, but David J. Stern was the great business mind that turned the NBA profitable, because he thought about business. He thought about the logo. He thought about marketing. He thought about Michael Jordan, like, and obviously Michael Jordan was put into his lap because the first year he took over as commissioner, that was Jordan's rookie year, right? But there's a lot of commissioners that could fumble that, and the NBA could have been where the WNBA is now. All that being said, whoever's running everything that has to do with women's basketball, they have to make business decisions over basketball decisions. And I understand that that isn't the core of the WNBA, but if your core has led you to 29 straight years of not making a profit, something got to change.
Well, I think the NBA wasn't profitable. They were struggling. They were about to shut down before Magic and Bird got there, if I recall. So there could be a parallel there a couple of years from now when we look back on this moment, because they got somebody that people know, the laymen know.
But Ken, okay, so let's look at what the NBA did versus what the WNBA is doing. When Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came into the league, right, they had a storied college career.
And they had a rivalry in college too.
They had a rivalry in college, right? So that parallels to what Caitlin and Reese have got, right? Now, once they got to the NBA, all of the Converse commercials was who? Bird and Magic, right? Everything was Bird and Magic. Everything, Bird and Magic, Bird and Magic, Bird and Magic. Can we say that the WNBA is doing a good job of marketing Caitlin?
I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing Caitlin commercials.
I'm seeing Caitlin, but again, I'm not.
But remember, Angel is a villain in this story versus
still got
in the
market it.
past.
Thank you.
No, I understand. I understand.
And I'm not talking about the subsidiaries or the other companies that do business with the WNBA. I'm talking WNBA themselves. We are in a different era of being able to market and make money off of direct to consumer. The fact that one of those first games that somebody on Facebook Live had to put it on there and it went viral. Who is in the business section of the WNBA not saying, hey, we should stream these games? If we can't get major networks to broadcast our shit, why aren't we just going directly to the consuber? Hey, follow us on Facebook. Follow us on IG. What are you talking about? Let's go. What do you mean?
If I'm Tubi, I'm hollering.
Yeah.
But they are streaming the games on Twitter. The WNBA
After the
games.
fact, though.
Oh, that was after the fact?
Yes.
Yeah, they were behind. Somebody else did it first.
It was a normal. We went as Dead in Sports, and we started going on Facebook like this, and it goes viral, and then now WNBA wants to. How are you not?
I agree with you there, because when I saw, I hopped on Twitter, I was like, oh shit, they streaming the games on Twitter. Yeah. I didn't know that came after somebody else did it. Yeah, somebody dropped
and that's the
there.
issue. And what that tells me is that obviously you're being reactionary.
Very.
And if you were ahead, then now you can get the advertise. Like, not saying that they don't have them now, but what I'm saying is now you could plan for those things versus, hey, it's last minute. Okay, we should do it. Who can we get that? No,
because you need people watching to get the ad dollars in. That's just pure.
And I don't think people watching. I think people are looking at storylines, watching the storylines that pop up on,
and they're just watching certain games.
Well,
they're
I
not.
don't even
think they're watching the
not
game.
watching because they don't know where to find it though.
Even that.
So whose problem is that? WNBA.
WNBA.
That's a business problem.
Yeah, they have games on
They're
Amazon
working on
Prime.
that though. They're improving that.
They should be.
Even then, the people that cap for them ain't watching these games.
But I'm with Shelton. That's why I keep trying to
Ken,
tell y'all.
Let me ask you
That's
this.
why the numbers are down.
What does that mean though? Like when you say the people that cap for them not watching the games,
It's all talk,
they're
bro.
still
Yeah.
talking about it. That's
It's
the
just-
point, Ken. Like we talk about a lot of shit nowadays.
Spike.
Every day. That's what we do on sports.
Spike, you
we
know
get
bu-
up and
you know
first
business,
take
bro.
and
But you
whatever.
still- but
you
you
know
gotta
point
watch it to get it
interruptions.
first.
We talk about sports. People are talking about
But
the
they're
WNBA now.
But they're watching the sport that they're talking about. They ain't even watching that shit. They watching the highlights. They ain't even watching the highlights. To be honest with you, they just watching to see who fouled Caitlin and how hard she got fouled. That's why I'm so sick of it. That's the storyline.
But there's no analysis that you need with the WNBA, right?
What do you mean? It's basketball, of course.
Yeah, you still need it. But the point, Spike, is that they're not watching.
They're not watching. People don't even know the team
Mainstream
names.
media is not watching. That's what y'all say.
People.
The fans, the people that
That's
are
not true.
When I say the people that are
They
capping,
just
they're
had
not
Caitlin
watching.
Clark, and Angel Reese just played.
The
on
WNBA as a whole, not specific people.
But okay, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese just played on Saturday a standalone game. It's the most highest rated game in 23 years for the WNBA.
What about the other games, Spike? I'm talking about
That's
the
why
other
they
games.
There are
Right.
other games, right? But we have to get them first to watch some games, right?
No. So this is why I'm saying that the WNBA has a marketing problem because first and foremost, they're not even marketing their two youngest stars
I agree
the
with
best
that.
that they could.
They
They're
need-
not marketing anybody.
Yeah, they need to hire somebody from the NBA to help market their people,
I don't
or
I don't have
a
the
major
answer.
marketing fan.
Look,
I agree with you there.
I don't necessarily have
That's
the
not
answer.
what I'm saying.
But
What I'm saying is, people are looking and are paying attention to this.
okay,
They're paying attention to Caitlin and
thank
Angel,
you,
bro.
thank
not true.
you. That is true.
Bro,
Because
more
hold
so
on, Spike,
ever-
Spike, you just answered it yourself. You said the highest game watched in 23 years was who's playing?
the Chicago and
Indiana. So how come Asia Wilson games isn't the highest in the last 10 years?
But that go to what you said though. That's a WNBA problem.
One hand
That's what
washes
we're-
the
that's
other.
not us.
No.
That's
but-
what we're talking about.
But
Exactly.
people want to see it.
But
That's what I'm
Spike,
saying.
no.
People
Spike,
care about Asia
Spike,
Wilson.
Spike, pause. Listen, one hand washes the other, right? the WNBA has a good problem in terms of having two rookies that are literally polar opposites of each other. One's a guard, one's a big man, right? One's a villain, one's the hero. Market and promote that.
Yes.
Marketing and promoting that helps the league as a whole.
I agree with you.
Okay, but the league is not, people aren't watching for Asia. People aren't watching for the good on good basketball. Hold on, Spike.
I'm agreeing with you, FIFO.
Okay, so then what's the issue?
The issue is they don't know what they fucking doing. They need to hire better people to do it.
That's what he's saying, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with him. It's not that nobody's watching or that nobody cares. Like you two are saying, y'all are saying that don't nobody care about it. Only people are talking about it because they think it's a flash in the pan when you get Angel Reese fouling Caitlin Clark, and the whole national media is going to talk about it and make it this race thing.
Story.
Yes, that's a news story. However, there should be people on the ground that are doing the same thing for the NBA that they should do for the WNBA and let you know that there are people like Angel Reese and all of these other players that are good out here and making waves. And that's what's going to translate this game from, oh, we're just paying attention to these two versus we're paying attention to everybody that is good in this game. Hence the reason that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark should have been on the Olympic team, because you want the eyes there. Now I can sell you the story, but the eyes aren't there because I'm only looking at the story now with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Yeah. We still, whatever their names is, we still need to pay attention to the best player in the league as far as Asia Wilson. We still need to pay attention to
but the question is here, are the fans paying attention?
It ain't a fan thing, I don't think. It's a marketing thing.
It's part marketing.
You said it yourself.
Wait, hold on. But I think you have to answer the question, though.
Uh-huh.
Are they paying attention? Because I know the ratings are up.
I'll speak individually for myself. Yes,
you can't speak individually for yourself.
We got to speak as a
People
whole.
are watching more WNBA games, yes.
But okay, hold on. If you were to pull out, and I wish I had the data like this, but if you could pull out all of the Fever games, all of the Chicago games,
right,
and see what the numbers are.
I watched a random ass Seattle versus New York.
I understand you have, Spike, but the majority of people are not. If you pull out the Angel Reeses and the Caitlin Clarks of the world, if you pull out that data of those games, I guarantee you the WNBA has not improved more than 5 to 7% in terms of viewership.
Fair.
That's an issue.
That's fair. And what I would say to you on that is that's not the players' fault. That's not the fans' fault. That's the people who are putting the product in front of our faces, because they should be playing games right around the NBA Finals. They should be playing standalone games.
You don't want to compete
with their biggest stars, not competing before or after, where the eyes are already there. HBO done this shit for years. They put their best program after something that already has eyes, and we already know you're looking at it, and you're going to stay here because you know this is HBO and you're watching it.
You know why
they should do the same thing with the NBA. You can do that on TNT, bro. It can work. They just haven't tried it.
You know, okay, so Spike, I'm gonna tell you why logistically it can't work. Number one, most NBA games, right? The early game is between 6:30 and 7:30, right? The last game for the NBA finishes, depending, sometimes like around 12 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
You're not gonna play earlier than that because
you should.
Hold on, Spike, I got you. You're not going to play earlier than that because there's an East Coast bias already. So if the game starts at 6:30 or 7:30, that's already 3:30 or 4:30 West Coast time.
Yeah.
You're not going to start a whole WNBA game at 1 o'clock whenever I'm going to watch it on my lunch break. Ain't nobody going to watch it.
The West Coast audience is not what I'm trying to capture.
No. But
if I'm trying to grow a league, if I'm trying to grow a league, I'm not caring about the people on the West Coast.
Spike, first of all, you want national attention. You don't want just East.
But you will accept the East Coast audience before an NBA game, before I'm trying to placate towards the West Coast audience.
But if the NBA game starts at 7:30, what time does the WNBA game start?
7. That's what it starts. That's where they start.
Shit, it can start at 5:30.
And how many people are going to watch?
Nobody can watch it.
Right.
Yeah, nobody.
And
East Coast people ain't going to make it because they're not going to be home.
They'll catch the end of the game and they'll be like, damn, I didn't know the
No, that is not.
What are you talking about?
That's what you want, man.
I didn't know the WNBA came on before the NBA game.
And it's not going to make them watch it.
Listen, y'all are laughing, but it's better than what they got now.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it's going to work. Spike, look, when I talk about...
What would your solution be then?
So first of all, WNBA, if y'all motherfuckers watch it, go ahead. You know, I'm available for work. Y'all can hire me. One of the things that they need to do, right, is that the WNBA needs to have more WNBA commercials. That's number one. Mm-hmm. And not just visual. I'm talking about on the radio. I'm talking about all types of media. You know how like you go on your phone and all of a sudden there's just some random ass advertisement. How come it's not other WNBA players?
I've seen that though. That's why
I've not.
So
Ken, I'm with you. It's not hitting my algorithm.
We got different algorithms because I've seen all of that.
Yeah, I will say that they recognize that Caitlyn and Angel, because of their name recognition, household name recognition, they're putting forth the effort to market it. I think it's going to be up to the people to watch it.
Okay, so I'll give you another one. Don't you remember early 2000s, and Jadakiss talked about this, how it elevated Allen Iverson's shoe and it elevated Jadakiss's career when they made that whole commercial. And then don't you remember, after that Allen Iverson and Jadakiss, they had Styles P and KG. And hip hop is now, for the last 20 to 30 years, has been synonymous. What is happening in hip hop right now with women, Ken? We just talked about the 10 hottest rappers.
Yeah.
Women are all over the charts. How in the hell do we not have an Ice Spice verse? How do we not? You say Asia Wilson has a shoe, right?
She does.
You know what?
So all I'm saying is,
again, that's on the WNBA, bro.
No, wait, hold on. But you asked
I
me.
just seen Lotto courtside saying, "I'm here to see Angel Reese at the Chicago Sky game." She's one of the biggest.
No, 100%.
Watch Asia.
But that ain't got nothing to do with you just hating. I'm just saying that stuff that you're talking about, they're trying to make it happen. The push just isn't there from the WNBA.
The thing is,
we're on the same page. There needs to be more. I just don't think that the WNBA is doing enough.
Wait, hold on. But also the hip hop artists, Ken, we review a lot of fucking music and we hear basketball lines and sports references all the fucking time.
I've heard a lot of Angel Reese shit.
Where?
I've heard a lot of Angel Reese.
Because you ain't listening to more music than me, I guarantee that. And I have not heard a WNBA line at all.
I ain't saying that, but I'm saying the people that I've listened to have talked about Angel
like
Reese.
who?
Moneybagg Yo.
Rhapsody has it?
No. Moneybagg Yo, Lotto, Glorilla. Those people are mentioned.
What Glorilla said?
I don't remember that.
Glorilla
ain't got quotables.
Okay,
I tell you that, people. Glorilla do not have quotables. So I don't know.
My analysis of this is that, and I'm gonna just take the latest game. Raiders were crazy. 23 years, months, whatever.
Most in 23 years.
So that tells me if I'm in marketing, I actually did this for like 5 years. I'm looking at this and I'm like, that tells me that people will watch when we get the names for them to watch. Yes. That's what people love mess, people love gossip, people love shit. They show up for drama. They are drama.
That's it.
You can't manifest that elsewhere in the league, but you have to turn Asia and all of these other guys, not literally, into, well, they may take offense to that, but some of them, but y'all know what I mean. But anyway, you have to find a way to generate and create other brand names. So all these other guys, Asia Wilson, who are some other ones you guys, because I hear y'all talking about, who are some other ones that are really good?
Leah Boston.
But she's losing right now. Give me somebody else that's not on losing team.
Breonna Stewart.
You know, whatever.
Tarasi's still good.
Yeah. Somehow you got to make them into superstars. Because the fact of the matter is Caitlyn and Angel Reese are superstars, not in the on the court game sense, but in the sense that, or household names.
Just in the
That's what they got to do. So they got to find a way to do that. How do you do that? I think that FIFA is correct. You have to connect them with pop culture some kind of way.
Yeah. I agree.
And once you do that, you know, whether it's commercial, whether it's a shoe, I don't know what it is, but that's the connection. And you have to absolutely over-index on social media.
Yes,
I agree.
And reach the kid. And once you do that, then and make these guys recognize something has to happen. There needs to be drama. Angel Wilson got to get in a fight with somebody.
Yeah, that drama consists of, you had the girl past her fiance as the lead scorer,
court,
and her new fiance She passed her ex-fiance as leading scorer, and her new fiance was the one that gave the assist for the score. That's what you talk about as far as drama goes.
A lot of the WNBA like underground talk has come more to mainstream. If you're paying attention on social media, it's been in your algorithm. Also, one of the best things that they've done as far as like just the walk-ins, taking that from the men's game, like we see how the men dress and coming into the game and people commenting on that. One of the most things that I've seen propped up on my timeline is how the women are coming into the game right now. How they look, how they're dressed, how cute they are, how masculine they may be, because if that's what they choose to do. But we get to see the different personalities of the people that are playing this game. Now, I will agree with both of you guys. Y'all are right. It's not being marketed right by the WNBA. A lot of this is social media. A lot of this is the people that are covering the WNBA that are trying to push it, and they see that, oh, now we have the spotlight. Let me put this in front of y'all face. There still needs to be a push from the league or from the league that pushes the league, which is the NBA, and trying to get y'all to make money. I agree with y'all there. But I still think it's being done. It just ain't being done in the sense of, like you said, I don't see it on my algorithm. You don't see it on your algorithm, right? But every time I log into Twitter, I see I've seen all of the chicks that are walking into the game, what they got on for the fits. We see that with the men, right? TNT does that. They doing that on Twitter. It's just not being pumped the way that it should be.
It's not outside of Twitter.
I agree with you. Like you're saying, in the marketing standpoint, it's not a them thing or us thing as far as fans. It's a WNBA and a marketing thing. Like, y'all need to get behind this and push this shit.
I agree with that, but I still think it's the game. People aren't watching the games like
People
that.
Don't care about the game, bro.
That's a problem.
People do not care. I don't care about the NBA. We sit here and talk about it like I've told y'all numerous times. NFL is my favorite sport. However, there's still the stuff outside of it that's marketed to where I know what's going on. I can pay attention enough to know, and I'm enough a sports fan to see like, okay, I get this. I can comment about this. I can do a little bit more research here, and then I'll understand what's going on. But they're not doing that with the WNBA.
But you still have a
that
base.
Ain't a them thing.
You still have a base of people that are watching the games.
Yeah.
In the NBA, and you have the people like yourself who will do it the way you're talking about.
That's a great point.
But the WNBA don't have the base of the people watching the games and invested enough in just the game. Nothing to do with nothing outside. I just want to see the product on the court be the best product I can be.
That's a great point that you bring up. And real quick, what I will say, one of the things is detrimental to the WNBA because the people that have been watching the game and say they watch the game, it's been very standoffish between the people that are new here and saying, oh, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. It's not that way in any other sport, I don't feel like. It's not that way in the NFL. It's not that way in the NBA. Like a lot of people who are saying, like we have the situation with Jalen. No knock anything, but Jalen's like, I've been watching the WNBA. Y'all are late. And that's the sentiment for the people that have been watching this league. And I think that's one of the things that hinders
they talk down
new
on
people.
us.
Yeah, they talk down on
on
new
y'all
people.
because I ain't watching that shit.
You ain't even watching. They talk down on new people like me when I'm like, okay, who is that? That doesn't happen in other sports. Like we happily will explain to you who Patrick Mahomes is. We'll happily explain to you who Tyrese Halliburton is if they're new and you're not here for that and you only catch every other game. For us new people to the WNBA, it's like, oh man, you ain't been watching this. Get out of here. That's one of the other things that's holding them back.
It's
as
like
well.
when you find a new rapper, you don't want to share, you don't want them to blow up.
Yeah, you don't want nobody to know about
and
it.
then everybody blow up, and then
that's what's going on with the WNBA.
Yeah.
You know, part of it to me as well is scheduling, right? Like with the NFL, you already know Mondays, Sundays,
Great point.
Thursdays.
Yep.
I got football.
I know where to watch NFL
right?
football.
And I know like for me, what's the shit that they show you, the NFL Red Zone. I fucking love Red Zone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love watching like Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. That's like the big shit.
Stand alone.
And to me, NFL Red Zone, that's where I live, right? NBA, we know Thursday nights. We know Saturday. You know what I'm saying? After the NFL season and college football, they start really pushing Saturday. But we know Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? The WNBA needs to be able to anchor certain days.
That is amazing. That is a great point.
Because when you study the other major leagues, they all have stake
Sunday
in your
night,
in your
Sunday
calendar.
night baseball,
Sunday night baseball, you
Tuesday
got-
night basketball. Like I just had this conversation.
Thursday night fights. Even boxing has a night.
Why I said it was a great point. I just had this conversation with my mom, FIFO. She's like, "Oh, I love that Angel Reese girl. She's cold. I would love to know more about her, whatever it may be. She don't follow sports. She don't watch women's basketball at all." I said, "Mom, Angel Reese will be down here in Atlanta on Tuesday, July, whatever it was." She's like, "Oh, Tuesday? I'm not like, no, I don't want to see that." And if it was a Friday night or if it was a standalone
Marquee.
night, she would have been more so to be like, okay, of course, I want to come to the game because I like her. I know I can plan around this, but a random Tuesday in July, I'm not doing that.
Well,
so that's a great point.
Yeah, it is, and as crazy as it sounds, the WNBA, they just were not prepared for the increased attention, and it's sad. And I know Jalen, was in the chat saying y'all should watch this. Whoever was playing Saturday, I know Kyle was watching.
I watched a little
It
bit.
was
You were watching.
New York, the Aces.
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
Las Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, you were watching, right? Yeah, and who else was watching? Was that it?
It was Kyle.
B was watching.
Show,
I turned it on. I was like, the game was already out of hand. But I let me see what the fuck going on here, bro. And there was a pass to, I forget, it was the center for the other team, and she was coming off baseline and driving to the basket, aggressive. And when that motherfucker turned around and laid that ball up, I turned the fucking shit off.
That's
I was
what-
like,
that's
man,
what
if you
kills
don't dunk that motherfucking
That's what
ball,
kills it.
bro, what the
I be
hell
thinking,
you doing?
hey.
She was Spike. She was coming in hot, bro.
Hey, I said a couple years ago, you probably need to lower that goal.
They do
a
need to
foot
lower that
I
goal.
was
and let them
like-
girls dunk. If they was dunking, I think you get more highlights. You get more attention.
It looked like she was
And-
tall
and-
enough, bro.
And I've said this. I've said this.
But that's another thing, though. That's not for us, the fans, to decide. Like, people
What?
smarter than us should be able to realize what we're saying. It's very simple. Like you're saying, lower the fucking goal,
Yeah, you got a
bro.
smaller
It's
basketball.
gonna be more
No.
entertaining.
I think the goal should be at 10 feet. I think the goal should be at 10 feet. However, you know me, I always be watching the young and up and bro. There's a lot of women dunking now.
But it
in
still
high
ain't the
school.
same,
No,
man.
no. But
They ain't gonna do that shit in
Shelton,
WNBA,
I don't disagree. I do not disagree. However, I think that a catalyst in the next 5 to 7 years potentially, right? Because we already know, like,
Jew is the catalyst.
Juju
I'm
nice.
telling y'all
Women-
right
gonna
now.
women ain't coming from
on-
high school like the men
man.
are.
Yeah.
But once women start to dunk more frequently, that's going to be another
That's why you
catalyst.
lower the
I don't even
goal,
think it
9.5
gotta be a
feet.
dunk.
You-
It just
you can
gotta
dunk
be
regular.
a flow, like the game. Like when you watch,
It just gotta look good. She just went up.
And then half of them missed the layups.
Oh, bro, I'm like,
Your
oh,
best players
no.
missed 8 layups in the game.
By the time Juju is a professional, that's what it's going. That's the standard y'all talking
Well,
about.
you hope for that, but we
No,
still don't.
That's what it is.
You still don't know. And like I said, my thing is the biggest thing in basketball now is dunks and threes. That's what you want to see.
Nah, it's
you watch
just threes.
highlights for dunks
Dunks
and
gone
threes.
now.
Dunks ain't
It's
gone.
just threes. No,
People
it's
still
threes.
talk about people getting
People
dunked
don't,
on.
people don't care about dunks, bro.
No, man, they
People
still
care
do.
about you pulled up from
Bro,
the
if
half
she would have
court line.
yammed that motherfucking Spike,
She
been
now,
all over
now
the
women
hey, I'm
is
coming
different.
back, bro.
Yeah.
I'm coming
It's been
back.
all over the
You're
place.
right.
I'm coming back.
9.5 feet. Make
But
it
now,
go
some,
9.5 feet.
in terms of like, the ability to run sets, plays, shoot shots, or whatever, they can do all that. Some of that stuff look good. Their jump shots look nice. Not the way it used to be. Then
And
they
it
used to
way
have
more-
that push shot. Where
It's
they used
way
to do
more
like
physical.
this.
It's way more
Like-
physical than a man's game too. Though.
Now them motherfuckers be down.
They be out there like getting it in.
Yeah.
It's way more physical than a man's game.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
You said it's more physical?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the reason Caitlin Clark's struggling right now. People bruffing her.
She had
up, bro.
her line. If she could produce that line she did against, I think she just like beating up on that black girl. But if she could do, if she could do that, replicate that, bro, I'm like, oh, she may have found a way. Last thing I got, and we hit super chat. Tank Davis defeated Frank Martin in a knockout last Saturday.
Yes, he did.
Reactions? Y'all care about that? I saw y'all talking in the chat. I don't follow.
Yeah,
much.
shout out Tank, man. Tank is look really good. Frank was outclassed. Shout out to Frank though. Frank did show up prepared. Tank was talking about his power the whole fight. He was saying like, this dude can't stand there with me. He ain't got no power. He's strong, but he ain't got no power behind these punches. And he got away from his game plan. Frank Martin got away from his game plan. Was leaning on the ropes a little bit too much. His trainer, I forgot Derek's last name, but he told him to stay off the ropes. You got to stay off the ropes. You're already backing up against Tank, which means you have no power because you're dropping back. He was winning the fight on the scorecards, only one round at the end of the fight, but he got on those ropes and played rope-a-dope with Tank, and that's the wrong thing to do because Tank got them hands of steel, and he was laying out watching Tank flip on the next on to the next fight. Hopefully this next fight with Tank will be against Lomachenko, and he can whoop his ass, and I'll be completely happy. But, yeah, I don't see nobody messing with Tank right now.
Would you pay to see a Tank and Floyd fight?
I
Or is
would.
Floyd too old?
I would.
Who?
Floyd? Floyd ain't too old.
Yeah, he's too old, but still I'd pay to see.
It depends who he fights.
No, he's saying
I'm
Tank.
saying
let's
Tank
not-
and Floyd.
Yeah.
Tank and Floyd. No. He's
No,
too old.
leave Floyd where he at.
I would still
You don't
pay.
think it'll be a payday?
I would pay
I
to
would
see it.
I would watch it, yeah, 100%. But I don't think
Y'all
it
let
would
Floyd take
bode
y'all money.
that well for Floyd. And I don't, and you know what? I don't want to count him out because he is undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he still got it to that level.
Who, Floyd?
Yeah.
No, man, it's just like baseball. If you've been out of the sport for a minute, even though he does these little exhibitions, it's hard to get in that ring and get your timing back and be prepared to fight at a championship level. But he's bigger than Tank, and he's one of the best defenders ever in the game. But once again, that speed, hand, eye, once that's gone, it's tough to get that back. Even a half of a second off, and your whole fight is off. But I was honored. I was able to see Tank fight in person, and that was an awesome sight. And I would definitely go again. He fought in Atlanta. That was a great thing to go to see. But yeah, boxing has got some stuff to work with. But Tank has run out of challenges. I will tell you this: Shakur Stevenson ain't ready. We know Devin Haney ain't ready. I want to see Loma. That's
You
what I
think he
wanna
could go
see
up in
fight.
weight class and fight one of them other big names?
He could. It would just be tough, man. Tank's a little guy, man. He's very small.
Yeah.
Because what's my man name that whooped dude ass not too long ago? The whoop Earl.
Terrence Crawford, no.
It's way too big.
Yo,
for him.
it's way
Pause.
too big. Never, Paul. You never want to see that.
Yeah.
Because Earl is what? I mean, what are they? What's
They
their weight class?
are
Crawford. What's Crawford weight?
Lightweight. I think they're
Welterweight?
130.
Welterweight.
Yeah, he's like 130 something.
And Tank is like.
No, he's Crawford's 147. Tank is 130.
Yeah, Crawford's like a middleweight.
Yeah, it's 147. They're about 14 to 20 pounds that separate the two of them.
Yeah.
But the
that's
bigger,
a lot.
the bigger names in boxing are in the heavier classes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Tank is just dominating his weight
His
class.
weight class,
He's
right.
going to have to go up, but going up 20 pounds is
It's not going to
Yeah,
be
no.
conducive to it.
there ain't no
You
Manny
can fight
Pacquiao
at a catch weight,
today.
but it still wouldn't be. It's just they're just two different classes. It's too far. You wouldn't want to do that.
And then, like you were saying, like Davis he's a small guy, not just in weight, like in stature.
his stature is
because
small.
sometimes, you could be like 5'9", 5'10", and go up in weight and still have like enough range. Tank go up, bro.
All the stuff that make him Tank, he gonna lose.
He gonna lose. He gonna lose.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, because he's a bully in his weight
his
class.
weight class.
He go up. I don't know if he could bully like that.
And Floyd wouldn't be a good fight.
Nah, Floyd's too
Floyd's
old.
never-
I would
fight.
watch it, but it wouldn't be. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
So it could make money. It would be a payday fight.
Oh
but
hell yeah. They both would make. It'll probably be the biggest payday of Tank's career. But
All right,
it's
I'm
not a
about
good
to
fight.
doze off. Spike, this for you, bro. Celtics had more 30-point leads than 10-point deficits this season.
Wow.
I got some more stats for you, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yep. They led by 20 points in 50 of 101 games. They had two 20-point halftime leads in the finals.
That's impressive. In the finals,
It's just hard to contextualize
all I wanna
how
know- all I
dominant
wanna
this
know,
team was.
Ken, with you and your stats and Kev, whatever that I can't read the last part of it. With y'all stats, y'all picking the Celtics next year? Undoubtedly.
Yeah, they're a favorite.
That's the favorite.
Yeah, they're a
That's
favorite.
your favorite. The
Championship
favorite.
was.
Is that the favorite?
Yeah,
I gotta see.
that's
I gotta see after free agency in the
to be
draft.
the man, you
But
gotta
right
beat
now-
the man.
right now-
today,
Today,
Boston.
they're my favorite.
Yes,
Yes.
they are. They're just too deep, bro.
Bro, if this was like the Warriors, you would be impressed by that, which is kind of crazy. South Star Trill, I heard bad taste are a symptom of crack spike.
Smoking bad stuff.
Luka Doncic's about to get generational passes. That's funny. The only quote Tatum missed biting was Cleveland, this is for you.
That's true. He did bite a lot of quotes. You're right about that.
he bricked that quote like he did some of those layups, bro. He was missing so many damn shots at the basket. I guess Spike relapsed on the Rock, crack Lou. This was earlier. Andrew Nimbar is greater than Kyrie. Hey man, y'all now you're going too far, bro. Kyrie is getting old, so it won't be too much longer. But Presto T, I'm pretty sure Mike Conley was the highest paid player in the league at one point. That's just how salaries work, man.
True.
Just like that's why I don't understand why y'all be overreacting to salaries in the NFL. I'm just baffled.
Because it take away from the rest of the roster.
It doesn't matter.
Nah,
Shit
man.
always go up.
Yeah,
It's always
it's
gonna
just-
reset.
it's just numbers, bro.
It still take away from the rest of the roster. If I
Yeah,
gotta pay
but-
Dak Prescott $60 million, then I can't pay Michael Parsons and CD Lamb.
That's fine, but y'all don't see like every year it's the same reaction to salary, somebody being paid
That's
money.
the number, but the effect of it is different. I think the number and the reaction to the number of, he gets $60 million. Okay, yeah, who cares? He's a quarterback. He's supposed to make it. But if I got to pay CD Lamb and I got to pay Michael Parsons, it matters if my quarterback makes $60 million.
I just think y'all just need shit to talk about and be mad about. What you about to say?
That was it. That's pretty much it. It's slotted according to where you are,
Don't
man.
matter. Even if it's slotted, I still have to take that out of my regular salary cap, and now I can't pay people.
So you don't
who are
pay him when
good
you
to-
start Trey Lance. You pay the other guys, but you're gonna start Trey
I'm
Lance.
fine with that. I'm fine with it.
And see,
As long as it's Dak
they
Prescott,
just
I'm cool with
he found a way to justify being
That's why
mad
Spike don't
about
play the Madden League no more, Kev.
being mad about salaries.
That's how
Wait, hold
Dallas
on.
GM
Did I do
think.
that? Don't hold Tatum to those expectations. He's not on that tier of players.
He is.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's the team I believe in more than Tatum.
Paul George must be Spike Diller, bro. He must be something.
You right.
bro.
Hey, you right, South Star.
Since we've had a different NBA champion in the last 6 years, rank the 6 champs 2018 to 2024 in order from best team to worst.
That's a new name,
Can
man.
somebody pull that up? Nah. Snow Bunny been around for a minute. So y'all pull that. We'll close out with that. So I'm gonna hit these other two. Does Dallas win the West next year? If not, who y'all got making it out? Appreciate the content.
I got Dallas.
Dallas is not making out the West next year.
Nah, hell no.
No, they won't sneak up on anybody. I'm back to Denver. I believe Denver's gonna put it back together. I think that you'll see a better Jamal Murray.
OKC or Timberwolves are the two I'm looking at.
Oh wow, I see that too.
Okay.
I got you.
OKC second best favorite to win a title next year.
They'll
After
be-
Boston.
they'll be-
After
So
Boston.
the
can't
last
believe
6
Wait, hold on. Let me get
So
to
you
these
got
real quick.
OKC?
OKC or Minnesota? I haven't decided.
coming
believe
out
in
of the
Chet?
West.
No.
In
I
Chet
said
we trust.
Shay, bro. They should do a WNBA reality show on Netflix like the Formula One or Hard Knocks.
I
That's gonna
agree,
get out
Marty.
there.
Fire
Marty,
idea.
for real, it should be Hard
That's
Knocks.
exactly what they need to do.
Or whatever you call the show on Amazon for the NBA in NFL during the season.
Well, they doing one on
What do
Netflix.
they call it?
The
NFL
quarterback
in
one.
season. Yeah, they
Doing
got
quarterback.
But they got wide receiver now.
that. But they got
Really?
all or
Yeah,
nothing.
it's one with Justin Jefferson. I think Tyreek Hill. Like it's
Yeah,
one
that's
wide
gonna be
receiver.
the-
They're
that's
gonna
gonna
do
be
every
the new one.
position.
If Brittany Griner on, I'm watching.
Yes.
Absolutely. 'Cause I need to figure out that mystery, Ken. I ain't gonna hold you.
Wasn't that the one that was locked up?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's the most
would-
coverage the NBA,
hey,
WNBA got in a
I
long
would be in
time. Sammy Castro, great combo, guys.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you,
it.
Sammy.
Dragon Knight, who cares who you pay on the Cowboys? They still stink.
Dragon Knight, thank you so much. You're absolutely correct.
And all right, so y'all got. Let's rank the champs. What y'all got?
All right, so I'm gonna just name them just so that way everybody has them. So this year was Boston, last year was Denver, year before that was Golden State, Milwaukee, the Lakers, the Raptors.
Golden State.
Damn, this is
This
ugly.
actually is.
Give me
a little
Golden
tougher
State.
than I
This
thought.
is really tough. Denver,
Golden State makes it 7.
Denver
Yes,
would
for
be
the 6.
number. Well, no, Golden State is the third one on that list. Golden State was 3 years
No.
ago.
He's saying like before Toronto.
I'm just saying the best one out of those.
Oh,
three
the
is
best
Golden
one.
State.
So you had
What she
Denver
wants us to-
Warriors,
to rank
Boston. Who are the other three? Denver Warriors, Boston,
Milwaukee, LA,
Lakers,
and Toronto.
and Raptors.
You see the parity? There's been a different champ for the last 6 years.
That ain't enjoyable.
Yeah, but
though.
Golden State has won it twice in the last 6.
Give me Toronto at 6.
Yeah, I agree.
Toronto at 6 because without a hurt KD, we wouldn't even be talking about Toronto.
True.
At 5, give me LA. That's a 6 and 5. I can kind of interchange those because that's the COVID year. Not all teams weren't there for me. I
but
still.
But the Lakers were a better team.
They were better than Toronto.
Yeah.
I agree. 4, give me Boston.
This Boston?
Yes. And it's not a knock to them. They were very dominant. It's just I like those other teams better.
So you thought that Milwaukee team was better?
Yes.
Why?
They're a better player.
Holiday would have beat Holiday.
Giannis better than anybody on the floor.
Giannis would have been better than those two, and Holiday
If you
would have beat
expected
Holiday.
Al Horford to stop Giannis, is
No. But and I'm not arguing that Giannis wouldn't have been the best player, but it's like, okay, when we looking at 3, 4, 5, 6,
A better
7, 8,
Drew though.
Yeah, younger Drew. But okay, fine. Old Drew better than new Drew. Giannis the best overall. But then it's like all of the next best players are all Boston Celtics. And this team, let me see, who had the better regular
what's my man
season
name?
record?
What's number 22 name for the
I'm sure
Bucks?
Boston did. Oh, that year?
What's my man
Yeah.
name 22 for the Bucks? The
Yeah,
Bucks.
Boston. They were 49.
Chris
30.
Middleton?
Middleton, yeah. He better than JB and Tatum.
No, he's not.
So all right, so 6 is Toronto. Number 5 is the Lakers.
4 can be Milwaukee if you want. I'll give you that.
Well, no.
I would go
I think this bought this.
Four is Boston.
No. I think that other Golden State Warrior team, the 2022 Golden State Warrior team, then Denver, because I think this Boston team is only second to the Milwaukee Bucks. So I got Milwaukee. No, I got the 2018 Warriors first.
Denver last year was better than Milwaukee.
You think so?
Yeah. Denver last year?
The 50-piece game 6 from Giannis?
I don't care.
I don't know, Shelton.
This Denver team was tough, boy.
I'm not saying they wasn't.
And it was, you was catching it from all angles because Jamal Murray would have got off. Joker would have got off.
Who the best?
Shelton just doubled down on.
Right. Who the best player out of who's the best out of all those 6 teams?
The best is the 2018 Warriors.
No, not the 18 Warriors. That's not in that. It's the
Yeah, it
22
is.
Warriors. No, 6 is Toronto. That's 7. Golden State 2018 is 7. It's top 6. So it's Toronto, LA,
Oh
Milwaukee.
yeah, you're right.
22 Golden State.
I got Raptors. Oh, 6, starting at 6. I got Raptors, Bucks, Denver, Lakers, Boston, Warriors.
I got Warriors at number 1 too.
The only reason I got
That
Warriors
Warriors
number 1,
team?
that Warriors team was not.
Nah.
The 22
Over
Warriors team
those
wasn't
6
it.
teams?
That Golden State team is not better than Milwaukee, Denver, or Boston.
No.
You're not
You don't think they would be
7
the
games.
Bucks?
Yeah, that's
Nah.
what I'm saying.
Nah,
They would be
Y'all
Bucks.
better-
Not
y'all
that
better
team
with the
team
Bucks.
overachieved.
Yeah, not that team.
That team was
If they had a
overachieved.
2-0 lead over the Bucks like the Suns did, they beat in the Bucks,
Yes.
Nah.
I agree with Ken.
Nah.
Yeah, if they had a
Because
2-0 lead, I agree with you on that.
Steph gonna have to see
bro. The Suns blew it and Chris Paul got hurt. The
Yeah.
Bucks never should have won that series.
That's true.
They were trailing 2-0 and they just Monty fumbled the bag big time.
All right.
But
It is what it is. That's the last one, Ken.
yeah.
Shout out to Boston. Though we got a black, well, actually, he's a Christian head coach that won. The
Oh, that's funny. But his mom is black, his dad's Italian. Go figure. That's why he looks,
That's why he got
muted.
Missoula. That's
Yeah.
why he on Missoula.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And who knew he beat that Kentucky team when he played at West Virginia?
And somebody
crazy.
said, did y'all say that on here that the Boston Celtics have 6 black head coaches that have won the title?
Dang.
Who said that? Somebody said
Well, yeah,
that.
because Bill Russell was a player coach.
Casey Jones.
I think they have the most black head coaches that won
I
the
can
title.
believe that. Casey Jones, Bill Russell, Missoula,
Doc.
Doc. Yeah.
That's
Damn.
fine. Yeah, damn.
I don't know who else.
They trying to make up for racism.
Ime should have won one.
This was his.
Yeah.
So he would have won it last year.
He's the Mark Jackson of the Boston Celtics.
He is. I think he would have won it last year.
Or black coaches that went to the finals. Maybe that was it.
Either way.
It might have been 1 though, because think of
Well,
I can't think of another franchise.
most teams
that
ain't won 4
yeah.
championships. And
Yeah,
that's
they
4
got
right there.
18.
That's 4. Like you just did.
All right. Well, anyway, Yeah, we'll probably have one more show because we got the draft coming up.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out how many weeks we'll be off.
Yep.
Training camp starts on July 23rd. So that was one of the days that I circled. But
Football back,
I
baby.
just signed a linebacker too.
But yeah.
Well, I know, Ken, we typically, because I always talk about, I'll be wanting us to cover
Baseball.
summer league basketball. But I know we're typically off, like even beyond that, and I know that's like the first or second week in July. So we'll be out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll talk
After
about
that,
it.
right?
You don't want to come? You don't want to talk about the WNBA while?
We can do a WNBA fashion show.
Oh,
We do that
yeah.
from home. We wouldn't do that in the studio. We do that from home.
Damn poser. All right. We'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.